It's a rainy Tuesday morning in November. I park on the side street. I go in. I walk right up to the teller. I'm like, good morning. She's like, how may I help you? I was like, can you please put the money in the bag? And I just handed her a Dunkin Donuts bag. And she's like, what? I was like, yes, just please put the money in the bag, no die packs. She takes the bag and starts grabbing money out of the drawer. And the bag's about half full. And she goes to hand it back to me. And I said, no, please, put more in, please. I was like, yes, can you fill it? And she took it back and she filled it. Handed it back to me. And I said, all right, thank you. Have a nice day. I walked out.
Or aren't you afraid that you're, I mean...
Do I seem like I have fear?
No, you don't. You are an absolute wild man. Welcome to another edition of the Bubba the Love Sponge podcast. Today's a little bit different in the fact that, you know, my other guests have come through suggestions from Matt Cox and Danny Jones and talking to criminals and counterfeiters and guys who've killed people, done time. But they're kind of in the podcasting interview world, so to speak. This guy here, Kenny Nelson, is just as much of a degenerate as all those fuckers were. And I say that affectionately, fuckers. I mean that kind of in a guy camaraderie type deal. But Kenny actually is our first Bubba Army listener that has a fucked up story that would be compelling enough to make a podcast of. So that's why we're here today. Kenny first got introduced to our show the way a lot of people did through Howard 1606. And he's 44. He currently lives in Rhode Island, was born and raised in Massachusetts, which explains a lot of why he's an asshole. He's an asshole. If you know anybody,
I own that.
You own that.
I own that.
And then Kenny got all fucked up on pills. And has been a bank robber, sold heroin, sold pills, has been to rehab, and all that and more. Spent some time in Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, moved back to Massachusetts. I think the common denominator in Kenny's fucked up life and reading a little bit of Kenny's backstory has been his addiction to pills. So he actually stumbled upon us, lost touch. You know, he was saying, I was talking to Kenny earlier off camera, and he was like, I was too busy being a junkie. I didn't fucking worry about radio. So after you left Howard, I didn't really know what the fuck happened to you because I was too busy being a junkie. And he reconnected with the show through Facebook about 9 months ago. As I think listens or watches the show as much as he can. Knew that we were doing some one-off type podcasting from people that have questionable backgrounds. You know, I'm not going to bring some banker in here that has 3 beautiful kids and a beautiful wife and never been in trouble. I want the degenerates. And I think Kenny, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I think Kenny fucking nails it when it comes to what I'm looking for.
I own that title too.
Kenny Nelson, welcome, my friend.
Thank you, Bubba.
And I'm glad you found us. I'm glad that you started out as a Howard fan, as a lot of people did, and then got a little sideways on some shit, and you've since turned your life around. And then I think we came up as a recommendation or something on your Facebook page, and
exactly.
You've become reunited with the show. So I appreciate you re-finding us, and I'd look forward to talking about your story. I think your story starts in Massachusetts. It's Bedford, Massachusetts is where you were born as a kid. You're 44 now, so that would have put you like at 81. Born in 1981. Brothers, sisters, what do you got?
I have 2 sisters. Born in New Bedford, Massachusetts. It's a small town. It's a pretty famous town if you look it up. Fishing port. It's known as the largest fishing port in the world. They've made some movies out of there recently.
Like for commercial fishing.
Correct. Scalloping, dragging,
shrimping, lobstering.
Everything but shrimping.
No shrimping.
No, shrimping, I think that's more down here.
Yeah, shrimping is kind of down here.
Yeah, we did.
How about lobstering?
I've personally fished scallops, lobsters, crabs, clams.
Right.
All
out of New
fish
Bedford,
shoots,
Massachusetts.
Yep.
So you got a mom and dad. You got 2 sisters. Are you the oldest, the youngest, the middle?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest.
Yep.
2 sisters. Now, not to mention any names or be disrespectful, but did your sisters turn out better than you?
That's debatable, believe it or not. One of them's an absolute mess, and like I guess I can attribute some of my changes to her at the end of the day.
How about the
she's
one
that
that's
ratted
not a
on me?
Hold on,
bank robbery.
your sister ratted on you in your bank robber? Well, we'll get into that.
Yes.
Kenny's a bank robber. Kenny fucking robbed a bank. He's been slinging pills, been on heroin, been busted, been stabbed, been in jail. And it sounds like as we get down this trail, we'll find out that his sister ratted on him with regards to the bank robbery. So you're a kid going to New Bedford, Massachusetts, probably going to elementary school, got a mom and a dad. And so I asked you before we start, did you have like the standard mom and dad, 3 kids, kind of standard all-American family? And you're like, no, that's the furthest thing. So without me describing it, describe your, like, let's say, from when you can remember to like through your high school, like through your elementary, middle school, and high school days. Because usually if you're a fuck up, it's going to raise its head somewhere along your education route. Usually 7th, 8th grades when you start fucking around, getting in trouble.
It was evident a little before that, around 5th grade. But yeah, I was a normal kid. I remember being just a happy, playful kid. It was like 1, 2 years old, and that's when I remember things going.
Did
bad.
you live like in a standard, neighborhood? Had some boys, a couple boys riding the bikes.
Exactly. Like I'd lose my shoe in the backyard playing, digging in the mud.
Right.
Like I was a typical kid, and then my dad became hooked on drugs. He was a heroin addict, and that's when it all went left. And
so what did your father do for a living?
He was a fisherman.
So he was a fisherman. So that's why you know so much about fishing.
Yeah.
That is a tough life. People don't realize. Now, I think those commercial guys, they go out for days at a time, right? They'll go out for
2 weeks.
They'll go out for 2 weeks.
14 days.
So at that point, mama's raising 3 kids. Dad's a fisherman. And do a lot of fishermen get on drugs just because they're out there in the middle of the fucking sea with nothing to do?
Not as much anymore because, believe it or not, most of the ports, immigrants now, they don't really do drugs. But from the 80s to mid-2000s, like 6 out of 10 of the guys were on drugs. Pills, coke, heroin.
Now, was the captain on drugs too usually?
Yeah, the captain of my dad's boat is my godfather. It was all a party.
So like, let's fish and get fucked up.
That's all it was.
And as long as they brought back, they obviously were. Now, did your uncle, whoever owned the boat, was he were they fishing for like a company?
That's the way it is now. Back then, more of the boats were owned by individuals.
Right.
Now it's all corporate.
Now it's all, listen, a corporation owns 10 boats. They got 10 crews, and you come in and you work for the corporation. So, But when you're working for yourself, if that's your uncle's boat, man, you got to bust ass because you're gonna only make what you catch.
Yeah, that's how I had gotten into it when I was a teenager. Was my uncle? He's like, yeah, you're coming with me.
Is that where maybe coke would come into play because they wanted to stay up a little bit longer because the more, coke keeps you up, right?
Yeah, I think it's more to numb the pain. And back then, opiates weren't really widely available. It was heroin or Percodan, and no doctor was given that. Right. They knew better.
And nobody was probably doing weed because that makes you sleepy.
And you get caught, smelled. Like Coast Guard would board you if you had pot. It was the same as having the heroin.
Right, Schedule 1.
Yeah, yep.
So having a little 8-ball in your pocket, the fucking fish and wildlife that guys aren't gonna.
You can dump that in the water, it dissolves. The
yeah, you're right. You're right, but boy, how if you're fully coked up and the Coast Guard enters your boat and you got to dump that coke offshore, that's got to kill you.
Oh my God! Imagine you got.
Can you imagine? You got a nice 8-ball going
it's
and
like taking
fucking
money.
Oh,
shoveling it off the deck.
I don't think that the guys that board your boats, I think they're looking for fish. Like I don't think they're shaking the fishermen down, like looking in your pockets and shit. I don't think.
You'd think so. No, that happens when you get into port. There's a different environmental police patrol that end of it.
Okay.
They don't really. Coast Guard doesn't care about
when
what
you're
you
out.
caught.
When you're out there, they're not fucking with what's on you. But when you come to the when
you're out there, the Coast Guard is who fucks with you about what's on you. When you come into port, the EP, the environmental police, fuck with you about what's in the boat.
What you caught.
Yeah, correct.
Really?
Yeah.
So you if you're out there I mean, I'm thinking you're hundreds of miles, sometimes hundreds of miles away.
Up near Canada.
I think the colder the water that gets, the better the fish, you know. And so you might be up in the the Canadian international line, and could there be out of nowhere like a fucking Coast Guard just?
That's what used to happen. So you used to be able to shut your radar off, go dark, and then sneak in, do 3 or 4 tows, come back with what would have taken you a week in a day.
Just because they regulate fishing so much up there, so if you can go and sneak in under the radar.
Yep.
Get what you get in a few hours, what you get in a couple days here, then sneak back. That was the fucking shit.
Yep. Now you can't do it.
No,
you're a dot on their radar.
Not only that, but have you seen Trump the drone footage, and then they can obliviate that what is it? Is it the Venezuelan? So these Venezuelans, they'll just. You're just fucking floating around. Next thing you know, there's this fucking Scud missile that just blows your whole fucking boat up.
Gone.
No chance of life. I think a couple of them made it, though, just recently. That was a big story.
A Colombian and a Ecuadorian, and they're getting prosecuted in their own countries. And Colombia's saying that we killed 2 fishermen.
The boats that we've been blowing up and they show on the news, are they like pirates, or what are they doing wrong, per se?
They're running the drugs.
This is all drug related.
Oh, yeah. Last year and the year before, I've been to St. Thomas 5 times. I stood in Red Hook one of the times in a villa, and I had a view of Red Hook Harbor. And at 4 a.m., I hear, whoa! I see, I zoom in with my phone, and it's dark. I see a little light going across the ocean, cigarette boat. And then here comes the cops. Not even close. Can't catch them.
But what if they pull out the helicopter?
They don't want to catch them. Well, that's the thing.
Well, there also comes a point of resources, we're a 3-man Coast Guard crew here on a boat that's got 3 little motors on it that goes 60, but the cigarette boat goes 90. So we have supervisors to answer to, and if we call up the helicopter, that costs money. So we don't know what type of load they got, and if it's not a real big load and it's a little load, we've wasted, that's how that shit works.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
it's got to be $40,000 to send the bird up and follow them. And once they reach that point, they don't really care. It's the drugs that are reaching St. Thomas, they're coming from Venezuela, Colombia. Those are the subs and the ships that they're attacking, supposedly.
Now, living in New Bedford, growing up, we're going through you said you started kind of fucking up in 5th grade. What would you consider Kenny Nelson's first major fuck up? Like, were you really where another parent would say, "Oh my God, did you hear what the Kenny Nelson kid did?" What would that be?
I was about 8, and me and my friend were bored. I was living in Rentham, Mass at the time, right near high school, and we had. I don't know what possessed us to do this. We had stuffed a rag with gas, lit it on fire, and blew up this abandoned car that was sitting there. Went and ran home, called 911, told the fire department, car on fire. They come. We thought we were heroes.
They say that adults that end up getting in trouble are fascinated with hurting animals and fire early on.
Yeah, I did both as a kid.
Did you what did you do to an animal?
I love animals. I have my tattoo of my dog on my leg.
Right.
So.
But that's not your mindset when you're in 5th grade. You want to shoot that squirrel or that fucking bird.
I was a little older. I was coming home one day and my neighbor's cat just kept attacking me all the time, and I took that thing, threw it in the microwave for 10 seconds. It never attacked me again. It lived. It did.
Kenny, you might be the only motherfucker that I've known. I have interviewed a lot of people, and I've never known a motherfucker to microwave a cat for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Do you think it fucked it up inside?
I mean, or do you think it attacked me again, so it definitely fucked it up.
It was smart enough to know that this motherfucker is going to fuck me up.
As long as I lived there with them, which was for some years, the cat was alive. It lived. I don't know. I'm
10 seconds.
Yeah, and it was
10 seconds will melt cheese. I have interviewed Kenny hundreds of people, from Mark Cuban to Deion Sanders to Larry Bird to Kenny Nelson, and I've never known a motherfucker that microwaved a cat for 10 seconds to get it to stop fucking with you. I'm blown away. By the way, I don't condone that.
I don't
at all.
either. I definitely don't condone that. That's animal abuse. I was
absolutely
a dumb idiot.
Now, did you tell
teenager.
anybody?
Oh yeah. I told my mom, my sister. My sister still, like, when she talks shit about me on Facebook, talks about it. Like,
calls you a cat microwaver.
Yeah, tells them like I abuse animals. I gave the cats acid too. Like, she tells the world.
Hold on, you gave the cat acid?
No, different cat. Our cat. Yeah, and my mom. She didn't know. Well, she figured it out. But
so
yeah, we'll get to that though.
So you microwave the cat for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
What happens? Is he hot when you take him out? Like, what happened?
No, he was pissed and he tried to claw me, but I just grabbed him by the scruff and let him out the door, and that was that.
Was he hot?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think he was.
Okay, so at 10, we microwaved a cat and burned up a fucking car.
I was a little older. I was like 14.
Okay, yeah. So at that point,
I needed a therapist. I needed something.
You needed, first of all, you needed a dad. That's the problem. So, you had a part-time dad, and when your dad was
no-time dad,
around,
he was gone by the time I was 5, and it was probably a good thing. He was gone. Like, he had already robbed us. Like, my mom's parents were wealthy. Her dad had left us a lot of money, like a lot of valuable things, stamp collections. He sold a $250,000 stamp collection for a couple bundles of dope.
So your mom came from a rich, affluent family.
Yeah.
She inherited quite a bit of money, including a $250,000 stamp collection, and your degenerate dad fucking sold it for a couple bundles and then probably squandered all the money away.
Oh, immediately. He put that in his arm, and then like that at that time too, he took out Christmas presents and gave them to his girlfriend's kids. Like, that kind of scumbag.
So your
shit.
dad's fucking around on your mom. You're 5. Mm-hmm. Your sisters are probably like 3 and 1 or something like that.
Yep, babies.
Your mom, I mean, she just has. I don't know what type of woman she is, other than
she was a good woman.
A good fucking woman.
Just a kid though, 18 years old when she had me, like taking care of her grandparents who are like senile. Like, used to think I was the fucking dog. Like, pet me, hit me with the cane. Like, I'd be ratting on him because he'd be out there eating pears and plums and coming and shit all over the house. My poor mom had to take care of us and them, and like, she did the best she could.
Yeah. So,
but I was unsupervised, no dad, no structure.
So at 5, though, your dad's got another family. He's got another woman he's fucking. Mm-hmm. He takes all of the Christmas presents that probably your mom, from the money that she had from the family, bought. You guys probably had some pretty kick-ass Christmas presents. He takes all the fucking presents, gives them to his other family, and fucking and scrams.
Exactly.
And never saw him again.
I didn't see him again. My mom always tried to let him be a dad until this happened. We were sitting in a hotel room in Fairhaven, next town over from New Bedford. We're not far from her, but there's no cell phones. There's no like any digital communication. So I need to get in touch with my mom. That's not happening. And he's in the bathroom for what seemed like 15 minutes or so. And
now, at this point, is it you and your sisters and your dad?
Me and my middle sister. My younger sister was too young.
All right, and you guys were just doing like a weekend with dad?
Correct.
So your mom's like, okay, I'm going to send the 2 oldest with your dad. What's your dad's first name?
Kenny.
With Kenny. Yep. Okay, are you a junior?
I'm a second, yeah.
Okay, so with Kenny, because I want him to have a relationship with his kids.
Yep.
Even though at that point your mom probably knew he was a fuck up.
Yep.
Did your mom know that he was on drugs? I mean, had to know all that shit.
He'd already abused her. Like, the real bad beating that I saw hadn't happened yet. It happened right after this. Actually, this is probably why it happened. Open the door, and there he is with a needle sticking out of his arm, almost dead. Like, he didn't quite get there.
That's a lot for a fucking 5-year-old to have to. I mean, so you go for help.
Yep. I went for help. I got the desk guy. He came. They called an ambulance. Back then, they didn't CPS anybody. Like that.
No.
It was like non-existent. And we went home. They called my mom, and she came and got us. He went to the hospital. Yep. Went to treatment. Got out. And then was breaking in the house to steal more shit.
Hold on, into your house?
Yeah. Like a couple weeks later.
Because he didn't live with you guys.
No.
So, you had the house locked up. A couple weeks later, after he gets out of the hospital, whatever, they didn't charge him with shit.
No.
They should have, in today's world, you'd be charged with
child endangerment.
Oh, my God,
reckless endangerment.
Child abuse, the whole 9 yards. would have been at least 2 years.
Oh,
and
minimum.
they just let Kenny out. And then now Kenny, who is a piece of shit, comes back to where the money is and tries to break into your house.
Yep.
With
Climbs
you
in
and
through the window. My mom starts fighting him right there, and he came in and just wiped her down. I mean, destroyed her, broke her face.
Beat her.
Yeah, near to death. Like, I jumped on him and had to try to stop him, and he just hummed me against the wall and damaged my shoulder. Like, I still have damage in that shoulder to this day. Like, it was pretty rough. Like, saw all that.
At 5.
Yep. And then from there, we couldn't go home because he knew where we lived. They stuck us in a woman's shelter, a domestic violence shelter.
Right.
And they were archaic back then. They're not like they are now, which is amazing. It's great that they've figured out, like, we need to help these women and these people who are abused.
I actually do some work for the Spring of Tampa Bay, which is a women's abuse shelter. And these poor women, not to get off track, but like they've come such a long way. But these women are literally afraid of men. When I was doing fundraising on my with my foundation during Christmas time, I would buy presents for their children because their children live with them a lot at these shelters.
Yep.
And these women, I don't pose a threat. I'm there to help and try to be philanthropic. So Maggie was the director at the time. And so before I made my first donation to these women for their kids, she was like, listen, when you come in here, don't expect them to be very engaging at all. They're bona fidely afraid of men.
Traumatized.
Yeah, because, and they, although you're not the person that abused them, although you're a good person that's trying to help them, although they'll recognize that, they'll say thank you perhaps, but don't be surprised if half of them are in the corner not wanting to get close. You're a big dude, and
even the children too.
Yeah, and they're like, these women, if they're here if they're at our facility, they have been through hell. They didn't have one fight. They've had 50, and they've had their legs broken. They've had, cigarettes put out on top of them and stuff. So kudos to whoever decided to start putting more money into the women's abuse shelters because,
I agree.
Now if we could just do that for the veterans, a little bit better. So your dad breaks in your house, beats the absolute hell out of your mama.
Yep.
And then disappears.
Yep. And I didn't see him for years, like 6 years. I was 11. I was delivering newspapers, and I had a book report, so I hopped the bus to the library. Back then, you could do that.
Yeah.
11 years old. Now, if someone will call the cops, you're like, this kid's lost. Something's wrong.
Right.
But
back in the day at 11, you could just roam through the neighborhoods and do whatever the fuck you wanted.
I'd jump on the back of a UPS truck and ride all the way down to the other end of the city.
Right.
And jump off. So, yeah, I ended up in the library. I'm doing my book report, and I go into the adult news section, like where they have all the newspapers. And I look, and I see a guy, and it looks like my dad.
Yeah, now, what the fuck's he doing? I mean, he's
homeless, disheveled, like what you would see a bum on TV, like how they would dress him, rags and dirty and disgusting matted hair. And I just see him laying like this, sleeping on the table, and I'm like, Dad, is that you? And he immediately asked me for money. Didn't even recognize me yet, but I gave it to him because I had paper route, so I had money. So I was like, here you go. I gave him $5, and then I was like, all right, Dad, I'll see you later.
Now, did that register with him that you knew?
Yep.
And what he said, was he emotional or?
He got clean. He actually got clean, and I had him back for a few years in my life. And like that's when I was doing good. I was like actually doing all right. I was in advanced learning. Like I was caring more about school. Like I was.
So this is like 13, 14-ish, 12?
No, 12.
At 12.
Yep.
So at 12.
I'm going to ball games with him now at Fenway Park.
So you actually had an impact on your father. He saw you at the library.
Yeah.
He figured out that was.
He told me later on that was the reason he got clean that time.
Because he's like I'm embarrassed for my son to see me like this.
Oh yeah.
And he got clean, and that's when you did good. You guys went to some ball games and shit.
Went skiing. I'd never been skiing. He had found a good sponsor using the AA program. That's when I got exposed to AA for the first time.
Now, had you fucked around with drugs you had? We haven't gotten to that. When did that start?
I was 8 years old, and my cousin at a cookout held me down and blew shotguns in my face. I thought I was going to die. It was pot. It was
Yeah,
blowing weed in my face, and I thought I was gonna die. I hated it. And
did it get you high?
Oh yeah, I was so fucked up. I thought I was gonna die. Like I literally felt like I was gonna die. It wore off, and I was like, I'm not ever gonna do that again. I would even attempt that. A couple years later, I found a bag of roaches my mom left out, and that was it.
That was your mom. So your mom was blowing some roaches a little bit. Yeah, but you know what, man?
She was a partier. She did cocaine, drank, worked as a bartender.
I was gonna say, man. I mean, if you're your mom, having to smoke a little weed to fucking take care of, the life that she's been through, I wouldn't really, you wouldn't really blame her.
I had free access to whatever, pretty much any drug I wanted except opiates, because her boyfriend at the time, he wasn't into heavy drugs. He sold cocaine. He didn't.
So hold on. So your mom's boyfriend,
yeah,
after she gets rid of Kitty Senior,
yep.
When does she bring in old boy?
I was about right after she got beat and all that. She went to become a bartender, and that's when she met my stepfather. And
at a bar,
yeah, he's a good man. He's still around. Both my parents have passed, so like this shouldn't affect them. But this guy's still alive, so I'm not gonna say anything bad about him.
Yeah,
he wasn't a good dad either. Like his negligence led to my sisters getting raped, like sodomized at 3 and 2.
By him?
No, by the babysitter. Like a big black dude. He's done it many times. He's a predator. He's all over the news.
All right, so we got to readjust here. So your mom remarries this dude.
Yep, biggest baddest guy she could find
at the bar.
Yep.
Okay. And we could just say his first name.
They called him Sasquatch.
Okay.
Like, Mike.
Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
Fucking 6'6", 300 pounds.
6'6", 300.
Solid, too.
So
Carpenter, fisherman.
You weren't fucking around like, I was. There was no pulling him off of mama.
No.
But was he good to your mom? I mean, like,
yes.
Yeah, so he
That's
did.
the thing.
So
he was great to her. They got married. Like we lived with him and his family in Rentham. That's when I blew up the car. Like
right. Now, did he bust your ass for blowing the car up?
Oh, yeah. Nobody ever found out about that. But I was fascinated with fire. I lit the bathroom on fire. I lit the toilet paper roll on, lit the whole wood panel
Again,
up.
They say that fucking crazy, degenerate psychofucks are fascinated with hurting animals and fire. And you are kind of headed down that road right now
with
at this
access
point.
to firearms, like always around us. Like it was, I was fascinated with all that shit.
Sasquatch, he's married to your mama.
Yeah.
Your mama is, what's her first name?
Carol.
So Carol is a bartender, meets Sasquatch.
Yep.
Sasquatch is 6'6", 300 pounds. He's now your stepdad.
Yep.
And he's your stepfather for you and your 2 sisters.
Yep.
Was your dad around, or is he back on the fuck up train?
No, he was still fucked up. That was well before the 11 when they had separated and
all right.
Moved back.
So this is in
between,
like the 6 to 11-year-old stage. Correct. Is when she married Mike Sasquatch.
Yep.
And you just happened to at 11 see your father at the library. He got clean, and that's a little bit down the road.
Yeah.
So Mike, what did he do for a living?
Construction and fisherman.
Yep. And was he on drugs too?
Yeah, but like a partier, not an addict per se. More of an alcoholic.
More of a weekend warrior,
yeah,
kind of
exactly.
Deal. Okay,
like, but he was a dad. He'd bring me to the job sites, to the boats. Like I'd do gear work. I was like 8 years old picking up nails and shit.
Right.
And
but good to you.
Yeah,
good to you.
But,
and good to Carol.
Yes. Yep.
Good to Carol.
Just typical alcoholic asshole, though. You drink enough or drink too much, and you end up becoming what you hate the most. And
now
he would.
How long do you think Carol was on drugs?
Me and my mom ended up being real tight. She told me everything. She right from a kid.
And what about your father? Was he the same way?
Yeah, he grew up in the projects, large family. His brothers were all drug addicts. One died of AIDS, one died of suicide.
So the common denominator amongst almost everybody I've had on my podcast is drugs.
Mm-hmm.
You
think it's intentional?
I don't know. Because with
the government allows it,
but with Carol, how old would Carol be today?
She was born in 1962.
Okay, so she's 4 years older than me. Yeah. So that was where how I was raised and where I came from. There were my dad might have 2 or 3 beers a week when he was working in the garage. They smoked cigarettes. That was a big popular thing to do.
Same.
But no drugs at all.
So where I'm from, they had that was like a big part of the civil rights movement. And she grew up in that. They had the National Guard there, burned down whole neighborhoods, shut down the whole city had a curfew. And in that, when they had the curfew, they were having these parties. She was a teenager and influenced by that and sucked into that life. She reeled it in to take care of her family and have us. And
now, if your mom was, and I don't mean this disrespectfully,
she was liberal. She wouldn't.
But if your mom was a little bit of a fuck up, meaning like on drugs at an early age, how was her family so affluent? Her dad obviously had his shit together.
He was in the military. He was one of the first people to operate a computer in the world. Like, he was that kind of secret military. Mm-hmm. And he ended up running, I don't know if you've heard of Vanity Fair, VF.
Yeah.
They made jeans, Lee Factory, Lee. They made a bunch of jeans. He ran that factory when the computer was larger than this building.
Right.
And he was the one who set it up, and that was his job.
So he was early on the IT world, which
the cusp.
Like one of the founders, perhaps, which probably was why he was so rich.
Yep. And he bought properties and
we can't go wrong with real estate.
Exactly.
So Carol, do you think that her dad, who was very affluent, do you think he knew she was on drugs?
He was an old French guy, did not really parent her. She was more like a slave. I'll say, like a servant. Like, I need you to take care of your grandparents, my parents, who are now disabled.
He was so busy with his career that Carol was one of his little worker bees.
Exactly.
Right. And did she have siblings?
Yeah, my uncle. He was in the Marines. He was
Was he on drugs?
No, not really. He sold them.
So he sold them.
Yeah, he ended up in prison for a while.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right, so Carol's married to Bigfoot.
Yep.
Okay. You've already burned a car down and microwaved a cat. This is all before you're in, like, middle school.
Correct.
Goddamn, Kenny, I tell you, your story is as good as you said it was. I mean, my God, my friend. So let's fast forward to your high school years.
Yeah.
So at this point, Carol is
I was a tornado, basically, a Tasmanian devil. In the 8th grade,
besides blowing up cars and microwaving cats, that's fucking child's play compared to what you got into when you're like what, high school? Yeah. Let's go to like 10.
I got suspended 42 times in 8th grade.
For what?
From fight. I was a fighter and dumb. They used to say I was smart enough to know better, dumb enough to do it anyways.
You look like a guy that had a short fucking fuse. Had a rough life, had seen a lot of shit that, 95% of kids don't have to deal with.
But I wasn't tough until I got older, man. I caught a lot of beatings in those years.
Yeah, but and I'm not trying to stick up for you, Kenny, and justify what you did, but I mean, in today's world, you needed therapy.
Absolutely.
I mean, from what you witnessed, what happened to your sisters, to your dad, to your mom, she was on drugs. Everybody in your entire family was on drugs or some kind of bullshit. I mean, so you legitimately should have been identified as a person who needs help and needs to talk to somebody.
No, instead they gave me drugs. They put me on Ritalin. Yeah. That was the solution.
Oh, put you on Ritalin because you were too hyped or because you were too what? Like too depressed?
Yeah, I'd get up in the middle of class and start clapping the erasers, write stuff on the chalkboard, yell at the teachers.
So what does Ritalin do?
Well, I sniffed it, so I'd stay awake for days on end, clean my room for 12 hours. I was like 13.
Hold on, at 13, you're smoking pot, doing coke, and snorting Ritalin.
And drinking occasionally.
And drinking at 13.
Yeah.
When I was worried about fucking algebra and football, you're fucking doing Ritalin. I mean, you're doing hot shit.
Yeah, I was selling pot, too. I was stealing it from my mom and selling it to my friends and the older kids at school.
Jesus, Kenny, you are it's amazing that you are not in prison and you were a bank robber. And I mean, we got to do all that yet. So you were in 8th grade. Do all the teachers know that you're a fuck up? I mean, you're just a straight fuck up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just
one
straight.
of them told me she was going to get her husband to beat my ass. Like, I was that bad. Like, I only passed one class, and I think they did it intentionally because they knew if they passed me for one and I went to summer school, I would go to high school. And that's what I did. And it didn't get any better there either. Like I ended up getting kicked out of high school for hitting a teacher. I was tripping on acid. I got off the bus. They had changed the smoking policy. And I barely even smoked, but I lit the cigarette and I get swung around and I just came around swinging.
When did you graduate to acid?
I was about 14,
15.
Yep.
So now you're tripping balls on acid, doing cocaine, snorting Ritalin, selling weed.
Yep.
And you're in high school.
Yeah, 15 years old, and I get kicked out for that. Zero tolerance. Even though the teacher put hands on me first, they didn't give a shit.
They don't give a fuck.
I got charged.
Did you have acid on you?
No. I that was the time when I dosed my mom and the cats. Like, they didn't know it, obviously. Like,
now, hold on. Let's get into that.
I put it in my mom's mashed potatoes.
So you got acid.
Yeah.
Where did you get the acid from?
Oh, that was easy. Just a few people. Yeah,
one of the boys.
Yeah, we called her Acid Queen. One of the
All
people.
right. So now at that point, who introduced you to acid? At how old?
Acid Queen. Yeah, actually, her name's Rachel.
Right.
She did. Like she was the plug, as we call it. Like, and
so
it became available, and anything in that time. It's a small city. It wasn't that big. If it became available, we'd hear about it, we'd get it, try it.
So the Acid Queen, like, did she have the coke? Did she have
no, just the acid?
She just
had
the
house to do it.
The acid.
Yeah,
and she didn't give a fuck if you're a 14 or 44. She was selling.
No, she was our age. She was a little older. Yeah.
What was acid going for a hit then? Like,
$2.
And was it like on a stamp or you lick it?
It'd be white, or there was one that was a dancing condom. It'd be crazy images.
And so you did it. You did your first hit of acid at 14.
Yeah.
And so what makes you think you need to do this? You need to dose your mom and the cat. Like, what are you thinking, Kenny?
I was on day 3. Everyone tapped out because we were a little crew that I hung around with. I was the leader of the Misfits. And they'd all tapped out, and I didn't have no one to trip with. So I put it in my mom's mashed potatoes. I gave some to the cat and its kitten. The kitten's name was Cannabis. Then I think back now, it's so terrible. So terrible. But because it didn't really fully affect the mom for long, but the kitten was fucked up. The kitten started growling, would dive bomb your plate off the table, sit in the litter box and shit just outside of it. Before it was fine.
Yeah, and you fucked the kitten up.
Yeah.
And the mama cat just tripped balls. And then what about your mama?
Well, when she realized it, she came in swinging into my bedroom, started hitting me. And
Carol did.
Yeah. And she said, if I'm up all night, you're coming to work with me. So we had fun. We tripped. We had fun. She ended up relaxing. We had a good time. And then I ended up having to go to work with her. At the time, she was a bus monitor, like the type of person that gets the handicapped kids on and off the bus.
So you had to go with her?
Tripping on acid, harder than her, way harder than her.
So she's tripping on acid, helping the handicapped kids,
Yeah.
And she says, you got to go with me.
Yes.
So you do that.
Yeah, that didn't last long. We picked up this one kid. He had a purple head and a yellow helmet. His head was like this big. I don't know what his issue was, what was wrong with him. I lasted about 3 seconds on the bus, and I jumped out the back moving, like tuck and roll.
You jumped out of the bus?
Yeah.
Because you're tripping balls.
Yeah, I couldn't deal with the kid. He was
a little corked out, and
bad.
And you... Like, this is too much for me.
Yeah.
Sensory overload. I'm 14. I'm on acid.
Yep.
I'm watching this little retarded kid.
I don't know how my mom did it.
Yeah. So, did you only dose your mom with acid once?
Yeah.
Okay.
She willingly took stuff with us after that.
Okay. So now are we still in high school? Or are we out?
Yeah.
We're still.
I got kicked out of high school. And then I get charged with assault, and they
for hitting the teacher.
They forced me to go to Job Corps, which is like a government-run program where they teach you how to do things, trades, culinary.
Sure.
They're everywhere. And
which is actually a good program if you follow through for it.
I agree. I enjoyed it. If I didn't get kicked out, I probably would have succeeded. It was a good program. I went in Bangor, Maine. I went up there, and it was just snow and ice and desolate, and I ended up like making a lot of friends and becoming part of the drug scene, selling drugs again, acid, weed. And I met a girl, and I was dating her, and for Christmas, her parents gave me a little 25, little gun.
They obviously don't know your background.
No, nice little ivory handle. Like, yeah, this is like a normal thing up
Now,
there.
are you faking the funk up there? Like you're a good kid, you're a good dude.
I was just being me.
Right.
Like,
but you hadn't gotten busted doing anything yet.
Correct. Yeah, it was all like
there was no Google.
assault
They couldn't
batteries,
Google Kenny Nelson.
No, there wasn't even Google.
Right. So I'm saying, your girlfriend's parents just think that you're some.
Took me at face value.
Yeah.
Whatever I showed them, they took.
Yeah. So they get you at 25.
Yep.
And you're what at this age? 16?
Yeah, exactly.
16, you got a 25. Responsible 16-year-old probably keeps that in a safe place, goes out back shooting some cans, fucking around with it a little bit, but, that's the extent.
That's how it started.
Yeah, just out there target practicing and hitting.
Trying to hit a rabbit.
Yeah, trying to. But those little 25s, you know what I mean? They're not very accurate. No. Past 5 feet.
Yeah.
And so is the 25 your introduction into another world?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay, so are you still on drugs?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yep. I
And
was
all
selling
of them?
drugs.
Oh, so you're selling drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how that all ties
So
together.
no matter where you went, you always found a way to sell drugs.
Hustle, work. I always worked too. Like that was the thing. But yeah, like it was always the quickest, easiest way to find and make money.
Right.
Like whatever.
Quick money.
Yeah.
All right. So you're in Bangor, May. You're 25. You're dating this girl. Their parents like you. They give you a 25 caliber handgun.
Merry Christmas.
You're still slinging at this point. What, coke?
No, pot and acid.
Pot and acid.
Yep.
That seems pretty. Yeah.
For the climate that we were in, it was
right.
perfect.
When you start going to heroin and coke, that's kind of the next level of degenerate. You know what I'm saying?
Up in white country, Bangor, Maine, if you inject heroin into that community at that time in 1997,
you're the devil.
Yeah,
you might not even be able to find any buyers because they're so fucking milk toast up there.
Yep. Now maybe, but then no, definitely no.
Yeah.
Like
so
weed
and acid's probably about the most you can stretch it up there.
Yeah.
Bangor made weed and acid. Pick it up from there.
I'm selling pot to this kid, and the fire alarm goes off all of a sudden, and we just split, and he disappears. I don't see him for days, and finally I see him, and in passing, and he's like, yeah, you got beat. So I followed him. I went into his room, and I put that gun to his head, and I took everything he had on him.
You're 16, and you're already putting guns to people's heads.
Yep.
For what? What did he do wrong?
He took the pot that I was selling him and split and told me I got beat.
Oh, told you that, fucking deal with it. I just hustled you.
Exactly.
And you're like, that ain't how it goes with Kenny Nelson Jr. the second.
I followed him right into his room, put the gun to his head, took everything he had, the pot he had left, the money he had on him, and went back to my room.
Did the Job Corps authorities find out about that?
Yeah, but I'd made friends because doing what I did, you make friends.
Sure.
So I knew it was coming down, and it's federal property, so I had to sit down with the Fed. And I knew
at 16.
Yeah, I knew it was coming down, so I'd gotten rid of it. I sold the gun. Yep, it was like 10 minutes before. I saw the security guys coming, gave away all my weed right there in front of them. They didn't even realize it. And then they drug test me. The girl that's running the drug test for the nurse gives me some stuff to beat the test. So I beat the test. And they're like, we can't send him back. Like, we don't have proof.
So of course you denied it.
Of course.
I didn't fucking put no gun to his head.
Yep.
What the fuck? Look at my shit. I ain't got no gun.
Yep, I was prepared, and it worked until they just said, we don't give a shit. Like, we're driving you home in a snowstorm, 8 hours straight. Drove me home.
Back to Massachusetts.
Yep, from Bangor, Maine.
So you get kicked out of Job Corps for putting a 25 caliber handgun to a guy that did you dirty on some dope. They say, we don't give a fuck. This is a bad apple. We got to get this motherfucker out of here. They take you back to Massachusetts. You're 16.
Yep. And then I kept going. I was back to my group of friends partying. And then here's a good one. One night, we were all drinking, driving. And I'm trying to wake up my girlfriend without beeping the horn. And I'm coming around this corner where she lives hot. And I've done it 3 times, and so far, so good. 4th time didn't end so well. Come around, I end up sideways. I go up the lawn, straight into the house. Like, into the house.
So you're trying to be Johnny Drifter in here.
Yep.
And probably hitting the e-brake or whatever the fuck.
Exactly.
Trying to go around the
in
corner
a
like
98
you're
Pathfinder.
Yeah, trying to go around the corner like you're a sprint car driver, and it worked the first 2 times. Third time, you go into her house.
Well, no, into the neighbor across the street, directly across the street, into his house, right through the wall.
Hello, everybody, I'm
Car
here.
came to rest, hit the couch. Guy popped up. Last thing I remember, because I get smacked with the airbag, and my buddy who's with me gets smacked with the airbag.
Now are you clean? Are you riding
No,
dirty?
we were drinking, but no alcohol in the car. We were just shit faced drunk.
Right.
I drank a whole liter of peppermint schnapps, 101 to the head.
Right.
That was.
But no,
excessive.
you're not. You don't got any dope.
No.
So basically,
Would've
all
dumped
you're
it anyway. But
basically all you're guilty of is reckless driving,
driving,
and being drunk.
and
Which in your world, which is a walk in the park.
It escalated very shortly after that. So I go to get out of the car. There's the homeowner. Now he grabbed me and I fought him. I hit him 3 or 4 times. He's down.
Meanwhile, it's not his fault, Kenny.
No, I know.
I mean,
it's 2 a.m. and you got this drunk guy whose car is through your
Kenny,
brick wall.
You're a hot mess, Kenny.
This gets better, Bubba. This gets better.
So hold on. You run into a fella's house. He obviously wants to fight you. You whip his ass.
Yeah, I run around. I go grab my buddy who's pretty much knocked out. He's bleeding, broke his nose, and I grab him and we run. And we're running now. There's only 2 ways into this part of the town we were in Dartmouth. So we're heading down one, and we see the blue lights coming. And we duck into this fence. It was like those wired metal fences you could squeeze through. And in about a minute or 2, all of a sudden we hear, and like, can't see anything. It's pitch black. Like, wind just flying by us. Like, what the hell is that? All of a sudden, we're getting hit, getting whacked, knocked around. These things are attacking us, whatever the fuck they are. And someone must have heard it and heard the things because they called the cops, and the cops come, and thank God, because they probably would have killed us. The lights that the cops shone into that yard took these ostriches away from us. We were getting chased by ostriches, attacked. We ended up climbing into a fucking ostrich farm.
So as you're running from a DUI with a fucking house kicker, you're running from that.
Yeah.
And you break into an ostrich farm.
Yeah, unintentionally.
Well, I mean,
to hide from the cops. We just wanted to.
You just think
it's
some fucking field.
Yeah.
And you're hiding, and you feel. And ostriches, aren't they big as fuck?
Dude, they were huge, taller than me.
Right. And they are powerful, and they are mean, and so they're attacking you.
And we were in their house.
Right.
In the pitch black.
Right.
I believe they can see in the dark. I couldn't. I thought they were velociraptors. This was around Jurassic Park time.
And you're drunk.
Yeah,
you're
shit.
Like, what?
For about 2 minutes of that, I was drunk. I was straight. Once they hit me a few times, that knocked the drunk
Now, how
right
are they
out
hitting?
of me.
Are they hitting you with the beak, or are they hitting you with your feet?
I can't tell, but it was hard. It was like getting hit with rocks.
And they hit you like in the back and the
knocking
shoulder?
us right down, and then like getting us with the claws. Like, and we're rolling in the mud and their shit, and then the cops come in, and when they shone the light on them, it sent them right towards the cops. The guy started chasing the cops.
So the ostriches got lit up, and they're like, fuck you, we're going to go after you.
Yep.
So did you guys run from the cops, or at that point you're like, man,
No, I gave up.
We're fucked.
I put my hands up, but it didn't matter. The cops eventually get the ostriches.
Listen, let's go on record by saying the only thing so far on this story that has kicked Kenny Nelson's ass so far, he swung on a teacher, he fucking has done it all. The only thing that this motherfucker's afraid of and got the best of him was an ostrich. Am I right?
Tore me a new asshole, man. I mean, it was traumatizing, and
like to this day, you probably won't fuck with an ostrich. To this day,
No,
you microwave the shit out of a cat, but you're not fucking with an ostrich, are you, buddy?
Nah, that was some scary stuff.
Oh my God, Kenny, what the fuck?
They're not nice.
No, they're mean as fuck.
Yeah, they're bad.
They're wild. They're real wild animals.
And I don't think they like it when you encroach on their territory.
Yeah, I think they're real territorial.
Yeah, that's what I figured out real quick.
Big too, like 7 foot, aren't they?
They were shouldering
their
me.
necks would go up to those TVs, wouldn't they?
So I played football, and it felt like I was getting.
They didn't give a fuck about your football skills.
White. I felt like I was getting hit by Reggie White, bro.
Those things are fucking huge. All right, so the cops come. You're like fucking uncle. I mean, fuck this, right?
They weren't done with me though. They got chased, so they were pissed, and they whooped our asses.
They had to worry about the ostriches. So finally, they get you out of the ostrich farm. They have
Kicked
to worry
our
about these
asses,
fucking
though.
monsters.
Like, whoop my ass
like,
bad.
like with police nightsticks and fucking
couldn't tell.
tape. Oh, you couldn't tell which was an ostrich
too
hit
dark.
or a fucking nightstick hit, right?
At that point, it felt the same. Like, whatever they were hitting me with felt like the ostrich.
Oh, my God. All right, so you get arrested.
Yeah.
You're what, probably
17.
17.
Yeah.
God damn, you'd already done more shit than almost anybody I've had in the studio at 17.
That was my 5th or 6th charge. I have 8 pages to this day.
So they take you in. Do you have to make restitution to the house owner?
I ended up beating it, probably because of the beating. But yeah, they dismissed it.
And the house owner just, well, yeah, I guess he probably had insurance or
yeah.
something like that. Okay.
Insurance on the vehicle, too.
So you didn't do any time for that?
No.
You're in now.
My mom had to come pick me up. I was too young to put in jail.
Carol.
Yeah.
So you're still a juvie, thank God, because that probably would have been your first charge.
They did throw me in a foster home awaiting that trial and stuff.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. I got arrested. They put
I
me
heard
in the
foster homes are fucked up, too. My one buddy,
worse.
Gene Lasker, when he was a kid, had been in like 7 foster homes, and that's a whole ecosystem in itself. The older kids fuck with the younger kids.
It's boy storage. That's all it is.
Yeah, and then
Or
the host parents or could either be touching you or fucking around. Just, I mean, I heard that's a whole fucked up shit.
I had an ex-cop, and we were exiled to the upstairs. It was an attic with the insulation showing and a bunch of like little cot beds. It was 12 of us.
An ex-cop, too, so he ain't fucking around.
Nah, he couldn't even go downstairs. I went downstairs one night for a drink and had a gun to my head when I turned around. I dropped the thing and pissed my pants.
You're 17.
Yeah.
They tell Carol, we're going to send him to a foster home while he awaits trial. You go to juvenile court. They kind of throw everything out. Now what? Now
I ended up getting sent back home because I robbed the foster guy. After he put the gun to my head, I called my buddy, had him come pick me up, and it was like,
bring me that 25 that I fucking ditched up in Bangor, Maine. No. So hold on. So the cop at one time held you at gunpoint because you were doing some shit you weren't supposed to, and you, being the white trash motherfucker that you are, it's like, I don't fucking play that way. I'm not forgetting that.
I took his N64, his computer. I went and pawned it. That's what got me caught, was the pawn.
But tell me about pulling a gun on him.
Well, when I went to go we kept our drinks in the fridge. We each had our own individual thing if our family bought us something. And my mom did. And I went to go get a drink at 10 p.m. And that was, I told you can't come down here. I have kids. And he put the guns like this in my face. I dropped my Kool-Aid and pissed my pants.
So how did you get him back? Was it?
Robbed his house at 4 a.m. while he was sleeping.
While you were still in foster care after you left?
Yeah.
So while you were there in foster care,
they sent me home.
What did you steal of value from the cop that you pawned that got you busted?
This is in the 90s, a computer, Nintendo 64, about 15 games. I ended up getting $500.
Right.
Total. So in that time, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
but you get caught.
I got caught, yeah. The cops did the investigation within a day. They knew it was me, and they pressed charges.
Now, where were you?
Sent me home because they had nowhere else.
Were you living at the foster house too? Yep. So you robbed them and came back and lived with them.
I was going to, but it didn't make it that far. They had caught me that day. Within that day, they figured it out because I did it at 4 a.m. And then by the time
the pawn shops open up,
yep,
they already got you.
Well, they figured it out by the end of the day, by 3 o'clock. So before I went home, they got me, and I got arrested. And the guy's like, "You ain't coming back here." Obviously, he robbed me, so they sent me home.
Back to Carol.
Back to my mom.
Your sister's doing okay?
Yeah. One's the youngest one. She's never really been okay. Like she didn't. I don't think she made it out of junior high. I think she made it to like 8th grade, and that was
quit.
It. Yeah. Yeah.
What did she end up doing?
She stood back. She's
this hold on, Kenny. This one's got you a little. This question here's got you tore up a little bit.
Oh yeah, because I don't.
I mean, it's your sister.
I don't want to portray her as.
Well, we don't
have
to mention her name.
I don't want to portray her as evil, but like, I've done enough evil, and I've done and seen enough shit, like to know what I'm looking at. And like that girl's bad. Her own kids don't like her. Like
really?
Yeah. Like,
obviously,
my mom raised her kids.
Do you have a relationship with her?
No. I tolerate her presence if need be. If there's a funeral, a wedding, or something that she's at.
And your mom, Carol,
she raised them till she passed, literally.
And when you say that your youngest sister's evil, like, that's a pretty broad statement coming from an evil person.
Who's done evil things. Like, so having seen both sides, like where I'm at now and where I was, like I know.
Give me an example of some of her evilness.
She's real big on like taking people's identities. She ratted on me for the bank robbery. Like she's one of those people who's on Facebook, has all the strangers convinced of her view of like me, for instance, or my other sister. Like, if you're her target, you get decimated by her.
So she's like almost like a professional troll / doxer, where
exactly.
If she doesn't like something, she's just relentless on fucking with you.
Oh yeah,
I hate that, by the way.
Same. That's evil to me. That like, it's like what point and purpose do you have in your life if this is important?
Now, if somebody had fucked her over and done her dirty, man, more power to you.
So that's what the thing about a narcissist sociopath is. She's fucking people over, doing them dirty, then twisting it so people's view is she got fucked over and done dirty. Plays the victim,
tries to play the
manipulates,
victim. Yeah,
like now, on everything with everyone. She's alienated everybody. She has no one.
Does she have a job?
Crazy. No, never.
Does she have a husband?
No, a boyfriend that like they abuse each other. Like they're on drugs.
Are they on drugs?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What are they on? Meth? Coke?
Adderall, heroin, like this. These are drugs that she's been on. Suboxone, like
is she in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so what about your middle sister?
She's successful. She's not the greatest parent. Like my mom raised her son too. But she has the potential to be a good person.
With regards to the other two, she's probably fucking Snow White. Compared to her brother.
She married well.
Okay.
Like she was going to school and being a bartender, same bar as my mom, working with my mom, and like she pulled herself up out of it and met a good guy. Like what we thought. Like he.
Do you have a good relationship with her?
Who do I? Yeah, somewhat. Like again,
out of everybody that's left, who do you get along the best with? Her.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talk occasionally. My problem with her is like she chose her husband over her kid. Like to me. That's a fucking no-go.
Yeah.
Like, had me renovating her basement for her kid to come live, because he was living here in Florida, come back to live with her. And the husband, I'd come in and my fucking walls are on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
The walls you just built.
Yeah. He didn't want it. He didn't like them. So, and this dude was with this kid since he was 5. Like, and this kid's a teenager, 20. And he don't like him, don't want to help him, don't want him to be helped by his own mom, and destroying my walls. That lasted about 2 days, and then I bleached all his clothes. After I built him a huge walk-in closet as big as this room.
Kenny, one thing I've gathered from this is that you just don't let anything go. Some motherfucker does you dirty. You don't have the ability to say, okay, you are going to either shoot him.
I warned him.
So he knocks your walls down, so you bleach his entire clothes.
His whole wardrobe, suits, jeans, work clothes, everything. Just took the spray. I told him I was going to do it if he did it again, and he did.
And he couldn't. He wasn't. I mean, like he wasn't like Sasquatch where he could whip your ass or nothing.
Oh no, he's like 6 inches shorter than me.
Right, but I'm just saying, I don't give a fuck how tall you're. You're pretty stout and pretty.
I can hold my own.
You're pretty worldly. You've been in your share of fights, my friend. I'm just telling you that right now. At what point do you turn 18 and now shit changes when you get 18?
It did though. It really did.
Because now that juvie shit you're worried about, that they're shipping you home, that ain't happening anymore.
I was worried about getting charged as an adult and doing time. So I mean, that deterrence and the thought of that works. But I took to working again. Like, and I stopped selling drugs, and that's when I discovered building. Like I had a friend who I met on ecstasy. I'm outside smoking, and this kid walking by, can I smoke? And gave him some ecstasy and became best friends.
Over ecstasy?
Yeah. That's how you make all your friends, right?
Now, ecstasy, I mean, isn't it euphoric? I've never done it, but I heard it's unbelievable.
So I don't do drugs, but like that's one I'd probably try again if it came around. You know?
Out of all the drugs you've done, Kenny Nelson, out of all of them, if there's one that you had an opportunity to do and not get in trouble, it'd be ecstasy.
Real ecstasy. The pressed tablets from Europe back in the day. the double stack Ferraris.
Double stack Ferraris.
Yeah,
do they just blow you up? Just. I mean, like what?
It's the
what
best feeling ever. Honestly, like there's nothing that I can relate to it. Even the heroin didn't touch it. Like it's a different sensation. This was just everything is amazing.
Society doesn't scoff at ecstasy as much as you say, "Hey, I'm on some heroin," or "I just shot up a needle." That's so barbaric in today's society. But if you're like, "I did an ecstasy tab and I'm tripping," society doesn't really look at you that badly.
Well, from what I found, like the psychedelics, like I do partake in that. Like I smoke pot and I take mushrooms. That's the extent of any drugs or substances.
And it might be legal in your state.
It is completely.
Right.
So, like I see the medicinal value there. Like that drug, if we didn't abuse it in the 90s, probably would have created a real happy generation that left that scene and had like a better view of the world. I don't know. I feel like it should have been more widely prescribed or given out.
So you come back, you're living with Carol, you're starting to build, right? You're starting to...
Yeah, I'd met my best friend, who became my best friend for a while. I'd met him, and he got a job out on Nantucket. It's an island off the coast of Massachusetts.
Heard it's beautiful.
Martha's Vineyard's where the millionaires play. Nantucket's where the billionaires play.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like, we built some houses. I mean, $40 million houses.
Right.
Like, insane houses with tunnels and
that's where the Kennedys are from, isn't it?
Hyannis. It's like Nantucket was out of their price range.
Yeah.
Like it really is. It's out of their price range.
Right. You're framing. You're doing drywall. You're fucking finishing. Doing finish work. Are you still on drugs?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was like a party scene out there.
But
cocaine.
Were you
ecstasy.
selling or were you just?
Yes.
All right. So you're probably a lot of the builders do drugs.
That was my client base.
Right. So you go to work and you're
flying the drugs back and forth because that's how you get to Nantucket.
Right.
It's either a small Cessna or a large boat.
Right.
And
they don't check any of that shit, do they?
They do now. After 9/11, I was out there on 9/11, and I got stuck on that island for 2 weeks, man. And it was bad. After that, it was dogs. It was like Homeland Security. We didn't have that. We didn't have any of the TSA.
So
before that.
You got a drug connect. You're building as a builder in Nantucket, doing pretty good, and doing pretty good by your standards is just not being, arrested or
a degenerate
or burning a cat up or fucking putting a 25 to your friend's head or that.
I was almost a citizen.
Yeah, you were almost borderline just a normal dude that recreationally did drugs.
Correct.
But you're slinging too.
Yeah. Well,
and you're probably you're probably making pretty good money, are you?
Yeah, because my boss was my best customer.
But I mean, are you being responsible? Are you saving? Or are you just fucking blowing?
Well, yeah. At that time, I had met my now future ex-wife, and like we had an apartment in New Bedford, and I was staying on Nantucket. It was a much better situation. Like I was starting to stabilize and get my footing. And
you saving?
Yeah.
Because I got to think that you're making pretty good money as a builder.
I was making 15 cash in 1999.
15 a week?
No, $15 an hour cash.
Oh,
in 1999.
But what are you making on the drug scene?
Probably about $600 a week.
Yeah, but
I was doing more than I was selling.
But that's fucking.
I was making $600 a week pay and making $600 a week coke.
Right.
Off my boss.
Right.
So it's all coming from him. Let me tell you this story. When I was on Nantucket, cell phones were fairly new at the time. I had a beeper, but when you're out on that island, phone service was shitty. You needed a way to communicate. I didn't have credit, so I had a friend get me a cell phone. And first month, and this is when you paid for minutes, free nights and weekends.
Oh yeah, remember it was expensive back in the day. It was $1 a minute.
Exactly, and
unless it was after 9 o'clock or something.
That was the trick. It was 9 to 9 or 9 to 5 or something. And I had gone over the first month. My friend, I asked her to up the plan. She didn't, so I told her I'll pay you what the month was supposed to be. Up it again to the max, so we never have this problem again. She didn't. I'm talking like it's the max. $2,000 phone bill. I'm like, get fucked. I'm not paying you.
Right.
She goes, files small claims. We get a phone call from Judge Joe Brown. I get it. I'm on Nantucket. I'm like,
hold on, the TV judge.
TV judge, Judge Joe Brown. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah,
you get a call from their producers or something?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hung up. they call right back and they're like, don't hang up. This is real. Like, if you come out here, we'll pay whatever the judgment is. We'll pay for your flights. We'll give you a stipend. And it was legit. They flew me from Nantucket to Boston to L.A.
And so the gimmick was, come tell your story and be a fuck up degenerate that owes this bitch $2,000, and no matter what judge rules, we'll pay your judgment and pay your way out here, set you up, give you a little bit of stipend, and put you on TV.
Exactly.
You can't go wrong with that.
No. A free trip to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And a beautiful hotel on Sunset.
And get your 2 G's fucking waived.
Yeah. Yep. He paid it. He cut her a check. They cut her a check right there.
Right.
It's all staged, though.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's like a back alley set.
It's like and it's
Judge Judy was with him.
Right. And it's like it's like pro wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you know pretty much what's going to happen.
Right. Was he cool to you, or did he lay the wood to you?
He was funny. So at the time, I was 19. My now ex-wife was 17. So we're given our ages, and my friends were 19, and they get to her, and she says 17, and he leans down, he pulls his glasses down. He's like, son, in the state of California, 17 will get you 20. I almost shit a brick, dude. I was like, I just defiled that hotel room with her.
So even though you guys were at each other's throats with regards to you owing her money, you fucked the shit out of her the night before.
Oh, no. That was my friend. I brought my now ex-wife with me. You could bring people with you.
Oh, okay.
So I just got her mom's permission, took her with me, had her. They flew.
She's 17.
Yep.
You're 19.
Yep.
It's not a problem in Massachusetts.
Correct.
But it's a problem in California. You fucked the shit out of her the night before.
Yep.
You're like, oh my God, I'm gonna get off on the cell charges, but I'm gonna get fucking child, rape going on here.
Yeah. Judge Joe Brown ain't fucking around.
So Joe rules against you.
Yep.
Makes it a big dog and pony show. Probably makes you feel like a piece of shit.
Exactly.
Probably says like, son, you got to pay your bills. You know what, you left this poor woman stranded. My judgment's for her and the whole 9 yards.
Exactly.
But you're on TV going back and telling your boys and shit.
Yeah. No, we were. My grandmother taped the episode. Had it for years. Let me add this. I was on the plane that crashed into the Twin Towers because it was February 11th, 2001 when we went. It was on that same exact plane.
That same route.
Yeah, it was the same plane.
Oh, it was
the same exact plane.
Because it probably had that daily route and they used the same plane.
Yep.
Unless it was in maintenance.
Like we took off at 8 a.m. from Logan.
Right.
It was the same exact flight.
Right. It was one of the, because it was a Boston to LA flight that all of the terrorists took, and it happens to be the flight that you were on 7, 6 months, 8 months earlier.
Correct.
Was the flight
was the day.
Was one of the two that hit the Twin Towers.
Exactly. It was
American, wasn't it?
Yeah. American.
American.
Yeah. It was
all right.
Insane.
So we're back in Nantucket. You fall off a roof.
Yep.
And now you have a legitimate reason to get fucking pain pills prescribed.
I never had a pain pill. Like, I'd stepped on a nail and my foot blew up and they gave me 2 Percocet. I puked. I didn't like it. Didn't want no part of it. But when I fell off
because
that
at this
roof,
time prior to this, you were a coke, weed, acid guy.
And mostly on the weekends.
Right.
Like, it was at this
point.
But I mean, I reeled it in.
You were slinging it.
Yeah. I reeled it in. Like, I wasn't using excessively.
Right. Never really been on the hillbilly heroin up until you fell off a roof, hurt your back. Doctor prescribes you some Perks or some Vikes, whatever the fuck, and that starts the vicious cycle of.
They gave me fentanyl in the helicopter. I'd fallen off the roof. I hit every stage and plank like a human Plinko chip, like bing, bing. Mm-hmm. I had passed out. It was like 110 degrees up on that roof that day, and it was heat stroke. And my brain swelled. I was blind for 14 hours, and I woke up in the helicopter, and they're like, can you see? And I can't see anything. They're like, all right, we're going to give you this medication. It's an opiate. It's strong. You'll feel okay. Knocked me right out. I woke up about a day and a half. I was released from the hospital. I had broken back, L4, L5, screwed beyond belief. And they sent me home with a script. Go to your community health center.
And pick up these pills.
Oh, no, they gave me the script at the hospital and said, see a doctor at the community health center.
Right.
I didn't have a primary doctor
Right.
at the time. I go to the community health center, and first thing they do is like, here you go, here's 6 a day of the perks, 5 milligrams.
Not the 10 325s, but the 5s.
Yeah. They wanted to see if I would tolerate it well before they graduated me.
Right.
Once they realized I did, they sent me to another doctor. Now, that guy started prescribing me 430s every 2 weeks.
How many?
2 every 2 hours was the prescription.
400.
Yep. 30s every 2 weeks.
And
Now, try filling that script.
And you probably being the entrepreneur that you are, were like,
yeah.
I can fucking take however many I need to make my back feel better, but I can sling the shit out of these on the job site.
Yep. And that's how it started. Like I was getting those, and that time now, like my ex-wife had cheated on me with my best friend. Like everything went left, and now I left her. And
Did you have any kids?
yeah, I had 2 kids with her. One's 22 and one's 19.
Do you have a
now.
relationship with your children?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
beautiful relationship.
All right.
I'm like one of their best
Good.
friends.
Congratulations on that. Being
Proudest thing.
Being a good dad.
Yeah.
Probably learning from how not to be a dad. From all the
Exactly.
shit you see.
In spite of what I experienced from my dad,
Yeah.
I give these kids a beautiful life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I end up falling into that trap, but I saw it was a trap, and I didn't like my life.
I mean,
the way it was
the
going.
pill mill trap.
Yeah, and
Now,
like
do they have pill mills up there like they did down here?
just a few sporadic doctors that I magnetically found. No problem. Like it didn't take me long to find those doctors and convince them that I had the issues that needed all these meds.
Now, a lot of times at these pill mills, the guy I had in here, Jeff Turner, said that you'd give him like $240, the doctor, on one side of the clinic.
He got in late. It was like probably $150 at American Pain.
Yeah, and then you would literally stay in the same building and walk down the aisle
10 feet.
and they would fill them for you right there. So you paid the $250 for the checkup, and then you paid. He said they were like 30 cents a pill or something like that.
Yeah, that was
Something
low.
like that.
They varied from 25 cents to $1. Like when I ended up in Plant City, they were $1, $1.50, depending.
Right.
The Indian pharmacist knew what time it was, and they started charging us $2 a pill, $3 a pill.
Yeah, and my buddy would tell me a lot of those guys went to prison.
Good enough.
They
They were selling them to us out the back. Like literally, like once they realized that we were getting fake scripts from the doctor and coming in, they knew that we would buy them from them, and they were just like, "Yeah, come back here.
Yeah, why even do it there?
Why come with a script? Just meet us in the back."
So you're still in Massachusetts. You're starting the vicious circling the drain pill mill cycle.
I recognized it, and I cold turkeyed myself off of all drugs. Quit smoking weed, quit drinking. First time in my life.
And how old were you there, and where'd you live?
26 in New Bedford, and that's when I moved to Florida.
So 26 years old, you self-detoxed off of everything.
Yep.
Because you see that I'm just absolutely fucking a hot mess.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like my life's
But
bad enough.
weren't you making big money with selling the pills?
Yeah, no, because I was taking them.
Right. So
that habit started to snowball into something that was unaffordable.
Right.
So that's when I was like, all right, I need to
I'm
change.
moving to Florida.
Yeah, my dad, he was running sober houses down here. It was another period when he got sober in his life.
So your dad,
Yep.
you'd contacted him.
Yep.
And he's like, hey, I'm running a sober house. Your dad actually, Kenny Sr., Kenny first, he's got his shit together. Now, what's Carol doing? Is she still with us?
At that time, oh yeah, they just both recently passed the last few years. But yeah, she was just bartending, and so at that point she got her freedom back. Like she went and reverted back. She never was a teenager or a 20-year-old.
She's empty nested now.
Yep.
She's got all her kids out of the house, and she truly can live the life that potentially she never had, which is
be the 21-year-old partying.
Right. Is she with Sasquatch still or no?
No, that was long gone. That dissolved when I was like 12 years old. Like they never got back together, and she had met another man. He's a cool dude. I just renovated his bathroom and his kitchen for him. and which is ironic. Me and him didn't get along at all when I was a kid. But yeah,
I don't think a lot of people got along with you, Kenny. I think you're a real piece of shit, and that you were ready to if you didn't like somebody, you fought them, or you're going to shoot them.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to think that you were a tough kid to fucking manage and parent, and not that you had the best of parents. So throw in the fact that you're a real tough kid, and your parents aren't really that good of parents. It's a recipe for disaster. It's why you've lived the life that you have. So you get down here to Fort Lauderdale, where your dad, where Kenny Senior is. He happens to be doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But then I think you kind of got you relapsed.
Yeah, I'd gotten kidney stones.
You know what? I just passed one 2 days ago.
You poor bastard.
You want to hear this? I've had 15 of them.
You need some ablations,
and
man.
I've only been to the hospital. I've only had to go to the hospital twice from them. Now they'll fucking
don't drop you.
Yes, they drop me. They drop me. But you know what I do? Honest to God. So I have a doctor, and I have 12 Percocets. I have 12. That's all I have is 12. And if I get a kidney stone, I'll take one.
Well, that's what they were designed for.
I know. So
pain like that.
So I'll take one, and it'll help me throughout the entire day. And I'll just start banging the water and the cranberry juice like gallons and gallons. And I own a racetrack, and I drive a grader at the racetrack, and it's real bumpy. It's real
There's
bumpy.
your ablation.
So it's real bumpy. And so I'll just keep hitting water, and I might take 2 or 3 Percocets in a 2 or 3 because sometimes it takes 4 or 5 days to pass them, and I'll pass them. I've passed. I got one up there that's 11 millimeters.
I want to see it after this.
I will. I'll show it to you, and it looks just like sand spurs. I've had 15 of them, but sometimes I'll get these real little ones, and they float through your whole system, and then you're peeing. And your fucking dick will just shotgun, and then it'll. How many have you had?
3.
Yeah, I've had 15.
Yeah, that's insane. 3, but they were back because this is when Monster came out.
Yeah,
and they were giving them away down in Lauderdale by the sea, and I got hooked. Then full throttle.
To this day, I'm on Monsters.
Yeah,
I do the white zero carb, the white ones.
I was drinking 5 or 6 blue Red Bulls a day up until a year ago. I haven't had any since.
So you get a kidney stone.
Yeah, it was bad.
So you and I can equate to, like, I've had some surgeries. I've been in some pain. Nothing can compare to, and you can help me out here, to and you've fallen off roofs and shit like that. Nothing compared to a kidney stone.
Pull a catheter out. I've done that.
Yeah,
but from alcohol poisoning.
Right.
And I pulled it out. That's about it. But no, that's about as painful as it gets.
I've gotten them so bad
the back didn't hurt
where
as bad.
I am literally in a fetal position, laid down, just like somebody's sticking butter knives in your belly button.
And it goes.
Yeah, it starts back
here
there
all the way around.
And it matters what
like
kidneys it
someone's
in.
just going like this on
and
your
it's
body.
like somebody's just stabbing you with a dull knife on your lower abdomen, and it's just like. But when you pass them, it's like almost an orgasm. It's like you just nutted. You're like
drop to your knees.
Oh
shit.
my god! The one that when it was the 12 millimeter one I passed, I literally I just like I felt like I just came. I feel like I just came. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hooked on pills. I've never sold pills, but my doctor always have 10 to 12 Percocets just for kidney stones.
That's a good reason to have.
And that's all I have them. And I don't take them recreationally.
I take them again if I got hurt.
And they
responsibly.
I take them responsible.
Yeah.
And he only gives me 12. Like I have 12 with no refills, and when would have a couple episodes, and I'd get down to 1 or 2.
He's a responsible doctor as well.
Yeah, he won't. Oh no, he will not give. And I had to show him my kidney stones, and he did a CT scan on me to make sure that I have kidney stones. And he said, "Listen," and I'm like, "Doc, listen, I don't want to go to the fucking hospital every time. I think I can pass these in a day or 2.
You're gonna pass them anyway,
right? You're gonna pass. They say anything over 12 millimeters, you can't humanly pass." But I can if I ride my grader.
You got one of those large urethras. You got
Well, I think my urethra has been hollowed out because of those fucking things. You know, I'm sure you've looked at them and they look like sand spurs.
Yeah, they're like
they got little crystals.
Yeah.
So my
little balls of pain.
My doctor says, listen, I'll always. You can't fucking party on 12 Percocets. I mean, you can't. I mean, for a day you could, or 2 days, but that's it. So he goes, I'll always make sure you have a dozen. And when you have an episode, like the latest kidney stone, I didn't have to take any. About half of them, I don't need anything. I can just kind of, you can feel them coming. You can feel them coming.
I wonder if it's the monster, man.
No, they did a pH test on me, and it's my body. And it's the pH levels of my body, and it's not food related. So it's just like my blood or my body or something. So anyway, you and I can certainly oh my God.
Yeah. No, you understand the pain that
they say it's equivalent to a man giving birth to a baby. That's what they say.
Yeah, because like I said, I've hurt myself so many different ways, been stabbed, I've been hit with things over my head, falling off of roofs. That is the worst pain
ever.
Like, it's like drop down. You can't do anything until it passes, though.
But once it passes, like Kenny,
it's like a miracle.
You're like, oh my God,
heaven.
Oh, but you feel like you can go out and run a track meet.
But now you really want to eat the perks.
Well, yeah. So you're down with your dad. He's running a clean house.
Yep.
But you're not. You're back on it.
I went to the Imperial Point Hospital, and they gave me in the hospital perk 30s, and then sent me home with a prescription for 12 of them.
That was because of that was a kidney stone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So which is not like that's a legitimate reason. Yep. Not because you want to get fucked up.
Yep.
And you know what? Here's the thing. What people don't realize, and I'm not trying to be Johnny fucking. I've done some weed and some shit over the years. I'm not Johnny clean guy. But like when you take a pain pill for something that it's really prescribed for, it works.
Yeah, you don't get high.
No, you don't get high.
No, it takes away the pain.
It just takes away that absolute edge so that you can function, and you don't get high at all. Because I think your body sends receptors to where where your pain is, but if you don't have any pain, then it just fucks you up.
So coming from a place of addiction, right? Like I've had toothaches and reasons to take them, and I have taken them a couple times,
and they work.
I don't get high. That was my fear: is I get high, unlock the beast, and then be off to the races.
See, if you take a pain pill because you're recovering from because you're in the middle of a kidney stone episode or a toothache or a root canal or something like that, then you won't get high. It will just take the pain away like it's supposed to, because it sends the receptors to the pain area. But
that ain't what Purdue and all those other companies sold us, though.
No.
They didn't
And
sell
that's
us
not,
line of goods.
So you do kidney stones, get hooked back on pills.
And this is where it begins, my
bad.
friend.
Like this is where it starts really being a junkie, right?
Yeah.
On the notes that you gave me, it said this is where the fuckery begins.
Yeah. So I hadn't discovered the pill mills yet. I started seeing the advertisements on the bus benches and the billboards. And I hadn't discovered it yet. But I needed money to get them. And I met a buddy that found in Florida, the way that the power is set up, like if the thing on the pole isn't connected into the pole and it's dangling, the wire that leads from that building's dead. You can now take all that copper.
So hold on, Kenny. You're fucking that much of a goddamn degenerate where you're fucking stealing copper?
Metric tons. No bullshit.
No, like for real.
FP&L shirts, hard hats, ladders, sawzalls out in broad daylight next to a police station stealing copper. No fucks given. And getting away with that. Like fill up a U-Haul, the 20-something footers.
And what type of money would a U-Haul bring you?
15, 20 grand. Back when it was like $2.50 a pound.
Now, would you keep doing it to build a nest egg, or would just enough to do the addiction, get fucked
partying.
up?
Yeah. Like
so you'd steal it,
I got my own place to live because I couldn't live in the sober house anymore.
Right. Because you're the furthest thing from sober.
Yep. So I got my own place.
Now, did your dad ever come to you and tell you, listen, Kenny, come on, buddy?
I ended up getting kicked out of his sober house because I was dating this ex-Hawaiian tropic chick. She was a little older. I was 26, 27. She was 37, closer to his age, and he wanted to bang her. And I was like, dude, she don't want you. Like, I wouldn't give a shit.
Well, that's a first. A son and his dad fighting over some pussy.
Well, no, I would have let him, but she didn't want to.
Right.
So, like, I can't force her. So
right.
he was mad. He told the house owner that I was banging her in the house. I got kicked out.
Okay.
I ended up beating his ass.
Oh, you beat your dad's ass?
Yeah, I lifted him up off the ground and fucked him up right there.
I see. I mean, he deserved it.
And then saw him in the meetings for months. Like,
so you're doing really scumbag shit, stealing copper. Fucking genius. I mean, FP&L shirts, hard hats, lift truck, just fucking, nobody would know any different.
No lift truck, just the U-Haul. But we would park that nearby. We would and load up as necessary and get the U-Haul as necessary.
And use
But
ladders.
we had pickup trucks. So and
ladders.
Exactly.
Right.
Cordless sawzalls.
Right.
Hard hats and an FP&L shirt. And
But you're dealing with power. Aren't you fucking afraid that you're,
do I seem like I have fear?
No, you don't. You are an absolute fucking wild man.
So,
honest to God, you might be fun to go out for a night out, as long as I could control you. I'd have to. I don't know, Kenny. I'd have to say, Kenny, motherfucker, I'm gonna have to. You're only gonna do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But you look like you're fun. You look like you're fun as fuck. Go to take to the dollhouse. We'd have one hell of a time.
I went there last night.
Yeah.
I went to Eddie V's and then to the dollhouse.
That
right?
my buddy Billy Buller in Warren. Did you see a guy named Warren that had this really badass suit on? He might not have worked last night, but
no, it was dead.
Was it dead?
Yeah.
It's during the week.
People. Eddie V's, I got a lot of looks dressed like this. I guess.
Yeah, that's a nice place though.
It was awesome.
All right, so
anyway.
We're stealing copper.
Yeah.
Full blown.
Like whole hotels, 4-story hotels, like full Publixes that are abandoned now, that are shut down. Right behind Pembroke Pines Police Station. Like, it was located right behind it. We stayed in that one for 2 days straight. We didn't leave. Once we went in, we stayed in, stripped all the copper, loaded it up.
Now, where are you stripping the copper from?
Now, some of these buildings down here have electric wire bigger than my dick. Like, bigger than this microphone. Like that thick. Now, sometimes we'd need to use ratchet straps or vehicles to pull them out of the conduit, but we were taking the conduit wire, the panel wire. We weren't in there taking the 110. You know what I'm saying? The
right.
120. Like, we didn't give a shit about that, or the alarm wire.
Did you guys have testers and stuff to make sure shit wasn't? No.
Once we realized that those things are dangling and you flip a switch and nothing happens.
Right.
We knew we were good.
Right.
But yeah, I'd hire people.
How big of a crew did you have?
I'd hire people from the meetings, and it varied depending on the job. I would tell them it was a job. Like, they didn't know they were committing serious felonies.
Right. You just pay a day rate.
Exactly.
I'll give you $100 today.
Exactly.
And that's good money for them, cash.
Yeah.
We're doing an electrical job down here at the old Publix.
Yeah, we got the demo contract.
Yeah, we got the demo contract down here at the old Publix, and I'm gonna probably need you for 2 or 3 days. So if you want to make $300-400, come on down here.
Let's go in and hustle real quick. I got it done.
I got a hard hat and an FPL shirt for you. So come on, let's go.
Yeah, how that ended was. Like I said, we had done hotels. This was like the third hotel we were doing. We had piles, Bubba, no lie. Like, try to quantify it in here, but 12 feet tall, 16 feet wide, round
of copper.
Nothing but copper wire on 4 floors, one on each floor. Now we're getting to the end, all stripped out. We got to load it. We're gonna.
And nobody even thinks, like, you're doing it right in the middle of fucking at 12 in the afternoon.
Yep.
With your hats on, with your shirts on,
Yep.
Looking official.
You have some good intuition, because that's what got us caught. Was we went a little late that day. It was starting to get dark. It was like 6 o'clock, and it was starting to get dark, and we had our headlamps on, and the bridge operator on the intercoastal saw us, called the cops. So we had to run upstairs. I hear him, and we see the lights. We run upstairs to the 4th floor, and it was like no way out. We're stuck. We could see the cars on the other side of the building. They're not in force. They didn't realize we were there yet. And then we finally decided, fuck it. The only way out is a tree, palm tree right here. You got to jump to it and climb down it. Now, you ever seen a palm tree?
Oh, they will fuck you
They're designed to not climb down.
Right. You can go up all day, but you ain't going
like that
down.
damn kidney stone,
Right,
man.
right.
So that took a little bit, but we shimmied our way down. Injured. I got cut up and hurt, but made it down. And my buddy, we had used his vehicle to get there that day. We had to leave. We couldn't get to it. Like they had that surrounded. So we ended up getting away. He ended up getting caught and didn't rat on me. Like he took 4-year sentence, all of it.
You know what? That's a good dude.
Amen. I wish I could find that guy. I don't even remember his last name. He ever sees this, man. It's like
what they just found out the vehicle, traced it back to him.
Exactly.
And then they put the whole copper fucking caper on him.
Yep, a few of them. Like it wasn't just one.
Right.
Like, they got him for all of them.
Wow.
And even some that he didn't do that I did.
And the motherfucker didn't talk.
Not even a little bit.
Wow.
Yep.
All right. So you're in Fort Lauderdale,
and
you're a full blown junkie. You're fucking stealing copper. That's probably to fuel your pill habit.
Yep.
At this point, like what type of volume of pills are you doing?
Like 10 to 20 a day. Like that. Well, we still had Oxy 80s at the time. Like,
the Oxy Green 80s.
Like lick the coating off.
With the coating, I had a few of those back in the day when, oh my God, those would fucking put you in a whole nother atmosphere.
That's how you know it's like a scam. Like they made it so good that you couldn't not like it.
So now you're on the Oxy 80s.
Well, yeah, I was jumping back to Perk 30s, but those are cheaper. Like they were easier to get and cheaper. They were numerous. Now they're starting to change the formula because they're realizing like this is bad.
Right.
So now the 30s are popping up, and that's when I discovered the pill mills. Like at the end of the 80s, beginning of the 30s.
And you're in Florida, and It was, I think, from living here then, I think that Florida might have been the capital of pill mills.
Oh, 100%. There was nowhere else in this country at the time that you could get that.
I was talking to Jeff Turner, my guest, a couple days ago, and he was like, I was in Tennessee, and there might have been 2 clinics. He goes, I moved to Florida, and it was like...
Every block.
It was like a 7-Eleven on every block.
At one time, from West Palm to Fort Lauderdale on Federal and A1A, there had to be 150 doctors in that 30-mile stretch.
And you could go to every one of them.
I did go to every one of them. That's what that's where we're going because I literally did. I went to every one of them. I started seeing the billboards and the bus bench advertisements. They went from strippers and hookers to pill mills.
Now, in the pill mills, wouldn't you find some strippers and hookers? They're on them too, aren't they?
I had no idea about that world. Yeah, I had no idea how they were so interconnected until you realize that American Pain was directly across the street from a fucking strip club. The largest pill mills, the guys who ran the pill mills, the largest ones in the history, I guess. Can't remember their names, but those guys, they had it figured out. They tell the strippers, like, you send these guys to us and we give you a kickback.
And pills.
Yeah, exactly. That was the kickback.
Yeah.
And bring as many people as you want. And I'd see and hear all this. They didn't hide it. Like, they tell me, I got plugged in. Like, you could tell I don't mind talking to anybody. I'll talk to everyone.
Now, are you fucking strippers at this point?
Occasionally.
Right.
Like, I had the Hawaiian Tropic
But you know,
model.
it's hard to fuck on pain pills.
At that point, I wasn't on enough to drop dead. I was right. It was like I just couldn't come.
You were on enough to.
I was porn star status
to fuck for 2.5 hours and not be able to nut. And they thought, where the fucking planet did this guy come from?
Yeah. Beast mode.
Right.
I saw like how corrupt it was right away, and I took advantage of it right away.
Right. Well, you've not been one to miss out on a scam or an opportunity your entire life.
Yeah.
You have the ability to assess the shady part of everything, or the shakedown scam part of everything.
Yeah, it seemed to be a gift at one point.
Right.
Like
now you're pill milling it like a motherfucker. And I
need somewhere to send them now. I have so many. I have thousands of them. Now I'm starting.
Now are you selling?
At that point, not yet. Like I was stocking.
But I mean, what would you need 1,000 for?
Because I was stocking up to begin selling, to go to Massachusetts, because you couldn't sell them in Florida.
Right, because everybody had them.
It was flooded. Like if I was buying them from people for $2 on the street.
Right.
Like,
Shit that you could sell for 20 in mass.
Exactly, 20, 25.
I need to hoard up and get the fuck out of here.
And that's what I did. And I started doing that pretty regularly. Like every couple weeks, I'd have my rounds of doctors because I couldn't hit them all. There was so many, I couldn't hit them all in the amount of time and go back. But like you said, like you'd fill them in office. Then that changed. Then it started to be like you could see the doctors as many as you want, but you got to go to the pharmacy. And they weren't interconnected at all.
No.
And then all of a sudden, the doctors started getting shut down, and like it was real tight. And that's when I found the dirtiest doctor ever. I can't remember his name, but he was local. He was here in Tampa, not far from here.
Was he in Largo?
No, he was like 3 blocks from here.
Right.
Like literally, I don't know where Largo is, but he was 3 blocks from here because I recognized the area.
Right.
I believe it was O'Brien or something.
Yeah,
just a shitty little house, an orange house, like
and
with
he
a bunch
was
of black dudes standing outside the garden.
And he was like he was the one that would just
An old man.
Write a script like a motherfucker.
And his nurses were dirty, and then but he was in on it, knew 100%. So we started buying blank scripts, books, $150 a piece. So now we don't even have to go to the doctor.
$150 for a script pad, or for one
script.
Piece of paper.
Yes, one piece of paper with a stamp.
Yeah, but you got to know how to write it.
One piece of paper with a stamp.
Oh, the stamp.
We could write out whatever we want. We just had to call them to tell them so they could verify. And that's what we did.
How did you know how to, like, doctors have like a special kind of...
Dude, we'd see the doctor once a month, and we'd just copy that script.
Oh, okay. So
Like
he'd write it out, and then you would just take a picture of it or something and figure out.
Yeah.
So
they didn't have a system or
they didn't have
accountability.
Right. Now they have, the DEA has a system, a very integral system. So
as they should.
What? How many could you write out? How many could, what would not get, like 180?
250.
That was the number.
248. I think, whatever 6 a day was.
Right.
240, I think.
6 a day, 30 a day, whatever the fuck it was. 248.
Yep.
You get 248. You're in Tampa now.
Yeah.
You're in Tampa
Plant
now.
City.
But are you in Tampa just trying to stock up to get back to Massachusetts to start selling
My
them?
buddy from Mass, he bought a house here, and that was base camp. I'd come stay here for 2 weeks, stay in Mass for 2 weeks. Staying here for 2 weeks, stay in Mass for 2 weeks.
You had to be just fucking killing it.
Yeah, I was regular at the Hard Rock. I had a lot of nice, shiny things.
Sure.
Didn't amount to nothing, but I was...
you were having fun.
I didn't invest any of it. I didn't buy anything.
I blew all my money too. I had planes and fucking mansions, and I blew every fucking ounce of it. Not on pills, just on fucking bitches.
Yeah, like I was just like that, like trying to live a lifestyle
I'd see a bitch
outside of my
buy her a Louis Vuitton handbag, fucking, like whatever. Now there comes a point though where you become homeless.
Yeah, so the pill mills dry up. October, I want to say it was 8th or 11th.
91?
No, 2011. It was October 8th.
Is that how long it went?
Yeah,
it went 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
The pill mill fucking game went 10 years?
Yes. With numerous attempts to monitor it, to push it through to Jeb Bush, and then for him to say no.
Several governmental attempts to shut it down, and
law enforcement gave a shit more than everyone.
Right.
It also bolstered law enforcement. I drive around here now, there's like hardly any cops, but before, when that was going on, every other car, sheriff. Like, so you had a lot more resources. Like, they knew it was like almost setting up an industry, and like now we need to fund it.
Oh, it was an industry all in itself down here, my friend.
Like, and the only people who actually cared were the cops.
Mm-hmm. So you're in Tampa to Massachusetts, and at what point did you hit rock bottom?
Luckily, I had wrote myself a lot of prescriptions for methadone pills. Like, when I was writing the scripts, I always had a backup plan.
You knew that, okay, if I get too fucked up,
These will work.
These will work.
Yep.
That was pretty smart for you.
Yeah. Like, it was it soft landed me down.
Right.
I want to say like mid 2012, like another year passed, and then I started getting calls from the doctors that were down here. They all moved up north. They're in Connecticut and New York.
And they're wanting to know if you need to see them.
Not only, come on through, bring your friends. The first appointment I had went to with this, to one of their doctors, I sat in the waiting room, and the guy's like, hey, how you doing? He's wearing a 3-piece suit. like dark hair, dark complexion, like interesting. So he's like, yep, calls me in. He takes my blood pressure. He takes my money. His name's Anthony, and he had a pistol on his hip. Sounded like it was being run by the mob. Like, to be honest with you.
But it was a pill mill.
Yeah. They had figured it out.
But so it took a while to get up there.
Doctors.
Right. So Florida just went north.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
So when do you become homeless?
2014, all the doctors get shut down.
Now everything's gone.
Yeah, there's no more doctors to get pills from. They limit you to X amount a day, a month.
Like it is now. Like they lock it the fuck down.
Formulating
you got a kidney
system.
stone, we'll give you 12. That's all you're getting.
Exactly.
Right.
And you're on a list. And if you try to go somewhere else, it don't matter if you're in Japan. We'll know.
Right.
So, yeah, they cut all that off, and it wasn't long. I had to I switched to heroin.
Now, was that the first time that you had done heroin?
Yeah, it was like right around that time. I had traded some of the last pills I had
for some heroin.
For heroin. Yep.
Now, was this black tar heroin?
No, Afghanistan, I'd say.
Oh, that's why but like it's
powdered.
So
I never did black tar. I never seen it.
Well, I've just heard of it.
Yeah, black tar I think is like supposedly the weaker Mexican version. And what
so
we
when
were
you
getting
buy
was seriously strong shit.
When you buy heroin, you buy it like in a little baggie, right?
Yeah,
like a little, just a little teeny tiny baggie.
No,
right?
no. Like where I'm from, like I never bought little either.
Would it be a baseball size?
Sometimes, yeah.
That much heroin?
Yeah, that lasts me about a week.
And so you open it up, and I'm only asking you because I don't know. And what's the consistency of it?
Like baby powder, like almost exactly the same consistency.
But is it compressed?
It can be. Like usually when it's compressed, it's stepped on. It's like re-rock.
Right.
Like
so you kind of scrape off a little bit, and then you got to put it in a spoon, and you got to get it so that you can inject it. Right.
Yep. Because heat it up a little bit, get the impurities out, drop a cotton in, draw it back, and then find a spot, which begins to get very difficult after many years of using drugs.
And Kenny,
you end up with scars and holes.
That's so bad.
I shot everything at that time. Like I didn't just shoot heroin. I shot crack. I shot coke. I shot methadone. I shot fucking pills that you probably shouldn't even snort. I'd shoot. Like I try anyway. Like,
but like I'm afraid. Like I give blood. And I just, most people don't like, most people are scared of needles. You know that, the average.
So after seeing my dad overdosing at 5 years old, I swear I'd never do that. I'd never do heroin, never be a junkie, never stick a needle in my arm.
Because you're officially a junkie when you stick a needle in your arm.
Absolutely.
Like and I'm not trying to belittle you because I'm proud of where you are now and you've overcome all this. And that's kind of the where we're going to end when we get done. When we're done with our story is where what you've become today amidst all of that. But I know that when you're putting a needle in your arm, I
knew that moment in 2010, like when my buddy's like, no, I'm not doing it, but his girl's like, I'll do it for you. Like I knew, right? I was like, that's it. I became my dad.
Yeah, you became your father.
I became my dad.
Now, when did Carol die and when did Kenny die?
Recently, last few years. My mom died of alcoholism. She
cirrhosis of the liver.
Yeah, it destroyed her body. She died sober. She had quit, but after you have pancreatitis and your body shuts down, multi-system organ failure. She lived for a few years after that, but your body don't recover. You don't heal at 50, 60 years old.
And what about Kenny?
He was in a sober house. I had employed him. He was working for me, and he was scratching a scratch ticket and fell in a hole and hit his head and fucking died.
Really? Sober?
Yeah.
Did you have a relationship with him?
Yeah, he was working for me.
Oh, building?
Yeah. He was my laborer. He was good with a vacuum.
So you've hit rock bottom. You're homeless. You're back in Massachusetts. You're on the needle. You're on everything. Anything that fucking you can shoot.
I used to do the trifecta, I'd call it. I'd sniff a line, take a hit of crack, and shoot crack, and all in one.
So it'd be a line of coke,
a hit of crack.
A hit of crack, which
and then
is
a shot of crack.
And then a shot of crack.
Yeah, which you have to dissolve in lemon juice and suck it up. It's a process.
Now, would it just be like, would you just be like...
I'd puke, and then my whole head would just go womp, 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 except for that one time. And then when I was on the railroad tracks behind a store, like, I'd do it anywhere. I didn't give a fuck. I did it on the plane, like airplane, right, like sitting next to an old lady.
You were that good at it, or she just...
No, I would just turn to the side and just...
And be fucked up the whole flight.
Yeah, I'd sniff them. 2 bills, 2 pills, and 2 quarters. Just roll 1 bill, put 2 pills in the other one, crush it, and just... I'd do that sitting anywhere. I did it in jail, in Fort Lauderdale jail, right as they were releasing me. Like, they gave me my property back because I had gotten arrested for smoking pot out in front of a fire station on one of my pill mill trips, and because my dad was running the soap house, he's like, you can't smoke pot here. He's like, go for a walk. So I went for my walk, and my dumbass parked in front of a fire station, gets arrested. And I ended up in Broward County Jail
for a day or two.
Yeah, and they see the script for 400 every 2 hours. And they're calling, verifying. They want to charge me with this shit.
But they couldn't.
And then when I got released from the jail, I bailed myself out. 24 hours later, I was already about sick. Like, I was like right there. And I couldn't wait.
Withdrawal.
Butt naked, grab my shit, grab 2 bills, 2 pills, and 2 quarters in that little 3-walled room where you get dressed. And I sat there
2 bills, 2 pills, and 2 quarters.
That's all you need.
The quarters would smash it up.
1 bill rolled up, stick it in your nostril, and just right in the folded up bill that's folded in half.
Wow. So, how did you become homeless?
So, yeah.
Where were you?
At that point, I was living with roommates. I had another child right around that time.
With a girl?
With a girl, yeah. I'd met her. She saw me standing outside, and I was like, yeah, I got some pills. You want to hang out? And
she hot?
Yeah, she was good looking. Yeah.
You still got that kid?
Oh, yeah. Like, she's 10 now.
So you got 3 children?
I have 4. I fucked up.
4? You can say fucked up.
Yeah, I don't want to say that because I love my kids.
No.
I have another one. She's going to be 3 next week.
So you got 5 kids?
4.
4 with how many baby mamas?
3.
I mean, Kenny, you might as well be. I mean, if you're going to be a
white
bear,
trash
you're going to be a fucking bear.
right?
If you're going to be a bear, you might as well be a grizzly. All right, you end up homeless.
Yeah, I was like living with that fucked up sister and my mom because my mom always lived with her, or she lived with my mom because my mom was raising her kids, and like I said, she never had a job, that sister. So I would be like living there. She would get me arrested all the time for dumb shit, kick me out. Like, it was torture. And so I ended up, like, I'd be walking by a backyard, I see a mattress leaning up, I'd lay it down, I'd go to sleep. I had a backpack worth of clothes at this point. I had nothing. I would go a day or 2, 3 without eating, and it's like I'd call Burger King and say they fucked up my order just so I had a meal because they'd give it to me for free.
Now, was your mom mindful of your situation and she tried to help you?
She did, but again, that sister didn't really like me and didn't want me around. The younger sister. So she would make it very difficult for my mom to help me. And I wasn't good either then. I would rob my mom. Like, she'd have to sleep with her purse under her head.
Because you'd rob it?
Yeah, I'd take her money.
Because you're still on pills.
Yep. And I'd cry and beg her for $40 to get straight. And if that didn't work, that's when I started stealing. Like, I would go to the supermarkets and grab ribeyes and T-bones and porterhouses.
And sell them for 50 cents on the dollar.
Yep. Go to the local bar where I know the guy owns a few boats. They always need steak for their guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'd get a little more than 50 cents on the dollar that way.
Right, but I'm just saying. So you were going to supermarkets stealing steaks.
It's like I stole one, ran, the guy chased me out the store, and I hummed one at him. It was a T-bone, like a Frisbee, and I just leveled him, hit him in the neck. I ended up getting charged with that one, shoplifting. That was like one of my last, like, hurrahs before I got clean. Like that, like when I robbed the bank, I was clean. 100%. Like, wasn't really doing drugs. I'd fuck around, do some cocaine every once in a while, but I wasn't doing drugs. I'd gotten off the opiates. I'd gotten off heroin.
By yourself, or did you go to?
No, I had to go to treatment. So yeah, 2015, September 15th.
All right, so we're getting close now. So
is when I went and got clean.
So 2015, you go to a rehab place.
Yep.
And on your own.
Yeah. Yeah, I had enough. I tried to kill myself, dude. I'd gone home. I bought 2 grams of heroin, best I could get, loaded up the needle with as much as I could, shot, which was all of it, shot it, and fucking woke up probably 3-4 hours later, alive, upset, no drugs, gonna be sick. I was like, this is it.
Would that have killed?
Should have killed me.
Should have killed you, but you'd built such a heroin tolerance.
Even with that, like I didn't. That was quadruple the amount I normally did.
I know,
so
but you'd had so much opioids in your system, and it's probably.
I think I had God in my system that day.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I had something because normally that would have killed me and 2 other people.
Right.
But
so you at that point you wake up and you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, like I wanted to die. I really did.
But you
so I went and begged for help.
You took the heroin to kill yourself.
Yeah, intentionally.
Right.
I was homeless. I was like living on.
Did you leave a note or anything?
No. I didn't have paper or a pen to write a note.
Where were you at when you tried to overdose? Where were you physically?
And I couldn't. I wasn't allowed in my mom's house. I was in the backyard. I found a mattress that I dragged back there sometimes to sleep.
So your mom, man, she's got her youngest daughter who hates your fucking guts. She's raising your youngest daughter's kids. She's got her oldest son who's a fuck up and is a junkie and living in her backyard on a mattress because you can't. She's not allowed to let you in because the youngest daughter is going to flip the fuck out and tell on you.
And I'm a thief. I'll steal anything that isn't nailed down that's valuable.
You'll steal anything.
Yeah, I literally stole my grandfather's wedding ring from when he passed that my grandmother had. Like I was a legit scumbag, dude. Like,
that's fucked up.
Like absolutely. Like
But you didn't give a fuck. You did not give a fuck.
That life and that mentality puts you in a place where that giving a fuck doesn't exist unless it gets you high, gets you to that next one.
So was every day just a
mission?
A mission to get high,
whether it was to be not sick,
right?
Because at first it's to get high. Then there's no such thing as getting high. It's just not sick.
So you become, when you're really, really a junkie, your day-to-day mission isn't to necessarily get high. It's to put enough drugs in your system to feel normal. Otherwise, you're going to be violently sick.
Correct.
Kind of like when you saw the movie Ray Charles and he was in and you get those you really
withdrawals.
Violently get withdrawal. I mean, like violent.
So I would get what was called cyclic vomiting, like from the withdrawals. So I didn't just throw up once or twice in an hour. I threw up every 2 minutes. Like I had to drink water. I'd fill.
Or you dehydrate yourself.
Oh, I'd die. Like that's the closest I came to killing myself, believe it or not, was
when you were getting
sick.
off.
Yeah, because of the way my body would react to it. So I had learned in that time to fake Crohn's disease to get pills from the doctors.
Now, how do you fake Crohn's disease?
My point exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's fucked. But it's still in my medical record to this day. I go to the hospital and they're like, how's the Crohn's? I'm like, I used to game you for pills.
So
it's not real.
That would be so that you could get opioids?
Yep. Because I realized a friend of mine had it. He was getting ample amounts of them. So yeah, I convinced him. I'd go to the hospital and say I got Crohn's. So that was my in case of emergency. Like 1 year, I spent 180 days in the hospital with nothing wrong with me. I'd have heroin delivered to me. I'd stick it in my IV, fucking cocaine right in my IV, until they found it. Like I had kind of overdosed in the bed, and they couldn't wake me up. And so they searched everything, and they found my heroin in the pillow.
At that point,
I had a babysitter every time, so I stopped going to the hospital.
So at that point, man, like, what's it like to get? So you're such a fucking degenerate that you were at the hospital faking Crohn's disease. They're giving you opioids through your IV.
Ample amounts. My prescription amount.
Right. And then you're getting more heroin shipped in, running it through the IV line. You fucking overdose, and they find the heroin in your pillowcase. How does that procedure go when they kick you the fuck out?
They didn't kick me out. I had a babysitter, like a one-on-one, they call it. I had a guy that sat there, followed me. He would have probably held my dick if I asked him to when I took a piss, because it was like that close. Couldn't let me out of his sight. But that happened every time after I went. Like, so they weren't playing after that.
But you would still get your opiates down your PICC line.
Yep. Well, they would give me my pills, and I would cheek them, and then I'd go into the bathroom, crush them up, and stick them in the IV.
Man.
Right. I'd still flush out their thing.
All right. So now we get to the bank robbery.
Almost there. So I get clean, and
so hold on. So you go from being in the hospital, cheeking pills, fucking having a babysitter, faking Crohn's disease, fucking shooting heroin, to getting clean.
Yeah, like pretty quickly too. Like in that amount of time. That was that summer of 15. By September, middle of September, I'd gotten clean off opiates. I haven't done them since.
Clean.
Like,
right.
Have not even thought of it.
Right.
As an option to cope with my pain or my issues.
And I gotta think, man, that you have figured it out, that that's the fucking devil for you.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna live a productive life, be a good dad, have a job.
You want to know what the devil is? I think it's honestly is society gives you these fucked up coping mechanisms. Like if someone had taught me how to cope with my pain and my thoughts and my behaviors, I would have been fine. Instead, they just fucking give you pills. That's the answer.
Well, that's the generation
you
you
ever
grew
watch
up
the
with.
news? Like,
No.
What's the commercials?
But you know what the real problem was? I mean, I'm not trying to be.
Yeah.
The real problem is you didn't have a fucking dad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And,
I mean,
the ones that I had as an example weren't
right.
examples.
I mean, had you had a dad that loved you, that wasn't fucked up himself, that instilled values on you, and said, no, that's Kenny. That's not how we do shit around here. I'm gonna whip your ass. That's the absolute foundation of all of your problems.
Well, remember,
is the fact that you didn't have any. Both of your parents were fucked up on drugs.
Oh yeah. No, they were. My mom was more my friend, not a parent. My dad wasn't. He was.
I mean, you did acid with your mom and did the school crossing.
She willingly take ecstasy with us, like party with us. She was.
Now, did it ever come to a point where
we did cocaine together?
Did it ever come to a point where
insane.
Your parents said to you, "We fucked up as parents, and we're sorry"?
No,
never.
That generation doesn't know what accountability is. I don't think, to be honest with you, like they feel like that they come from the free love generation,
right?
They spun out of that, and they feel like they were entitled to do those things, to live that way. Like this is what they were taught, and like my dad didn't. His parents, my grandfather was a milkman, supported his whole family, like large family. My grandmother was mentally ill. Like it seemed that mental illness transcended throughout all of her kids. Like,
right.
None of them were like my grandfather.
So we get clean.
Yeah, I got clean. And
completely off pills, haven't done one since.
Pills or heroin, nothing, right? And then I decide now the work isn't easy to come by where I was living at the time. I couldn't find a job, so I started selling heroin. And I'm clean. And now you're clean selling heroin, you make a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm saying like if you're not shooting heroin and you're just straight slinging it, you're probably doing pretty good.
I was one of the first ones to cut shit with fentanyl because that was brand new in 2015. I didn't even know what it was at first. I was like, why are you trying to sell me cocaine? He's like, no. This stuff's better than the heroin. Like, trust me. So I learned to mix it because I'd give them the high with the legs and I'd give them the high that puts their head in their legs. So they'd get both. Because before, at that time, you get one or the other. The high that puts your head in the legs, the fentanyl, wears off fast. It's a real good high, but you're sick in an hour or two.
The fentanyl comes from China, right?
Yeah, at that time, 100% came from China.
Right.
Like it was.
And
brand new.
What's it look like? Just baby powder?
More like sugar.
Sugar.
Like white crystally, if you crushed up sugar.
And did you have a concoction where you would take a certain amount of heroin and put a certain amount of fentanyl in it? Because, fentanyl now is killing people. So you didn't want to. You didn't want to get that rap on you.
Correct. I'd my buddy. I'd give it to him for free, so he'd test it. His name is John. He was my crash dummy buddy. He's the one that like.
So you had a dude that you'd give your concoction to, and if Bill was okay, then I can put it on the streets.
Exactly.
Damn, Kenny.
And he was good, too. He was a good dude. He'd drive me everywhere.
Well, he probably loved you. He's getting fucking free fixes all day.
Yeah, Well, before I got clean, he went to Sears, and I walked up to the drill display, the DeWalt drill display. There's about 10 or 12 of them in the thing. I just grabbed it and walked out, threw it in the back of the car. And
didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's when I first met him. He followed me around for about a year. Like, after that, even when I was clean.
All right, so you're clean, you're selling heroin, you're mixing it with fentanyl.
Yeah.
You're one of the very first to do that.
Yeah.
But nobody that you probably, I hope nobody on your tab died.
No, I don't believe so.
Right. But you're probably banking.
Yeah, I was doing well.
I mean, from being homeless, sleeping on a mattress in your mom's backyard, to now you're clean, you're selling heroin.
Yeah, and I started working again as well. So I'm selling heroin.
Building?
I'm plastering. Well, yeah, because I learned how to plaster a while back. I built start to finish, like do it all. And I get out of work, and a guy that I had sold 10 grams to earlier in the week wanted another 10 grams. So I'm like, all right. He's arguing with me about the price. I don't think nothing of it. But I never went unarmed. Like, so I just gotten out of work, put a finish hammer back here. I go to this spot where they sell their crack. I meet him there.
What's a gram going for back then?
$70.
Okay. So he owes you like $700.
Less. It was like he was getting a bundle deal, like a 500. Right. I think it was around. So, I go to do the deal, and he pulls out a knife, and he says, "You need to give me that." And I had it in my hand, and I backed up, and then he went, stabbed me right here, and I went like this. And when he pulled the knife out, it sliced my arm right here.
Well, I can see it,
and it got the artery. So now this thing's pumping like a hose.
Oh, yeah.
I can't breathe. My lungs collapse. I'm like, oh, shit. I grabbed that hammer, and I fucking swung it so hard I hit him in the head. It was a finish hammer, a wooden-handled finish hammer. The head broke off. I was like...
Into his head?
Like, off of it. Bink! Like, right off. The head goes flying. His boy looks at that, looks at me, and all I have is a hammer handle now. I don't have shit.
You got a stick.
He ran. Thank God.
Because I couldn't breathe. Thought you were a fucking wild man.
I'm bleeding. And this dude's out. He got a hole in his head. And I run. I go back to my van.
Did that guy die?
I don't know. From what I was told, because I'll explain that in 1 second. So I drive myself to the hospital, and I barely made it. Like I was... It was like in and out,
almost in and out of consciousness,
loss.
Right.
I tied my arm off with my wife beater, and I just kept driving. I made it. I parked in the parking lot thinking they would leave me alone, leave my shit alone. And I walked to the door, collapsed at the door.
But you got that big heroin ball, don't you?
70 grams in the truck.
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. A lot of money. $3,000. Like,
right, but also on the streets,
fronted $3,000. So I owe dude.
That's definitely with intent to do.
Oh yeah, that's trafficking.
Yeah, right,
it's
right.
Like it's 5 years. Like,
right,
you'll do some time.
So you go to the hospital. You left your shit in the truck because you're not ever thinking they're gonna go. I mean, they don't. They're not go. They don't.
I'm
go
gonna walk myself into the emergency room.
Right.
I didn't make it. I crashed at the door, and the next thing I know, I woke up. They had transported me to another hospital. I don't know how, even to this day, but. It was a locked unit. Like, you can't get in or out. Nobody can. Like, the nurses are all vetted. The doctors are all vetted. I'm like, what the fuck? When I was in a coma for 3 days and woke up on the third day on my birthday to my mom. Like, oh, you're alive. Thank God. Crying. And, like, asking me, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. And I look, and sure enough, here comes they were in the room. They could hear it all. It was a cop, a state trooper, and a fed. And they're like, oh, hey, tell us what happened. You're safe. You're in a locked unit. In case they want to come and try to finish the job. I'm like, finish the job? Like, what the fuck?
You trying to figure out what the fuck angle they're going with?
Yeah, so now I'm like, wow, I don't know nothing. Like, I know how to answer these questions. You don't. Shut the fuck up. So they're like, well, maybe this will refresh your memory. They pull out an iPad, and it's the whole thing on video.
The whole what?
The whole incident on video, because the feds were surveilling their trap house. I'd met them at their trap house. So it was all on the Fed surveillance. So unknowingly.
The Fed said, hey, Kenny, let us refresh your memory. Play.
Exactly.
And it's fucking shows the guy stabbing you, getting you in the fucking lungs, you hitting him in the head with the hammer.
Told me you're the victim. So just tell us what happened.
Okay.
And I don't know. That doesn't help. Like, I was fully traumatized. I remembered every second of that shit.
But you can't.
Yeah. Like, not much has traumatized me in my life. That did. So they're like, all right, we know what you're doing. We know what happened. Like, we know you're the victim. Like, if you have any questions or anything happens, give us a call. And that was it. I ended up getting released from the hospital.
I thought they went through your truck.
They kept the drugs. They found it, but they couldn't prove it was mine. It wasn't on me. And it was covered in my blood. So no fingerprints or anything.
Right. So you kind of caught a break there.
Oh, big time.
I mean, they could have said, okay, this is your truck, your heroin, in your possession. You know, they usually they get you with whoever owns the vehicle, it takes the rap.
Oh, yeah.
but they just let it go.
Yep, and they're like probably thinking we'll get him.
Yeah.
He thinks he got away with it.
Right.
So I get out of the hospital, and I go look for the leader of the gang.
Of course you do, because you're Kenny.
I'm like, I wanted to explain to him, like, I didn't do shit. Like, they did that to me.
Oh, I thought you were going to go fight him.
No, because I didn't want to die. Like, that's
this was the main
Latin Kings, like a legit gang.
This is
like,
this happens to be one dude that Kenny motherfucking Nelson ain't going to fight.
Yeah, no, I wanted to tell him what I saw. Like the cops have video surveillance of your spot.
Oh, okay.
And all this.
Weren't you afraid of going back to that place though and getting? I
didn't go there.
Okay.
Because I knew where he was, and I'd known him. I'd known the guy.
But was he cool that you rolled up on him and told him?
Oh yeah, he gave me an ounce of crack for $200. Now that goes for $1,000 at least. He gave it to me for $200. I smoked it all.
Right.
Yeah, I never touched dope again, but so yeah, I ended up
smoking
all the crack, and
back to selling dope. What's crack like?
I gotta say, the first hit's great. That's about it.
That's what everybody says.
The rest
is
a
that
chase.
Is that the first hit is the best high ever, and then you'll never ever get that high again. And everything is
You'll spend everything, and dude, you could fit a business, a house, a whole life into a crack pipe.
Of everything that you've done, I can't think of any drug that you haven't done. What's the most addictive?
Physically, heroin. Mentally, cocaine. That's really it. Like the meth too, probably. I didn't get into that, but I could see how it could be. Like that feeling was amazing. I injected that shit. I came immediately, like in my pants. I was driving.
Hold on, Kenny. Hold on. You said you injected meth, and you came as if you were fucking
while driving. Everything turned into a blur, like the street lights. I decided before work, on the way to work, to stop at the pharmacy, grab some needles. I'm gonna inject this shit, and I'd never done it. And I stopped, and I did it in that parking lot. Pulled out and made it about a block to the Walmart parking lot. I had to pull in, and then I came.
And you came
immediately.
How does?
I don't know, but I still wouldn't say that's the greatest drug, though. I did put up some of the best crown molding I ever put up in my life. It came out great.
So the best fucking 12-inch high dollar crown molding that you ever fucking installed, which is hard to install. I had like the 12-inch really elaborate crown molding in my big mansion, and it's an art to hang it. I mean, you really got to know. I mean, it's
a process.
Yeah. And you hung the best crown molding after you nutted on injectable crack.
Yeah, no, meth, yeah.
Oh, meth, on injectable meth.
The crack don't make me come, it just makes me come back. So now I owe dude for that heroin. And
so that big 7-gram ball, 70-gram ball that the cops took, you're on the hook for.
Yep.
And these aren't guys that you fuck around with.
Exactly. $3,000 I owe the guy.
I mean, as much as you think Dominican you're fucking Superman and you're badass Willie, you don't fuck with the guys.
No, they'd throw acid in your face. They won't kill you.
I'm just saying.
Maim you.
Right.
They'll torture you. They'll fuck with you.
So you were smart enough to know that I got to make it right with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I get the phone call from him. I think everything is okay. He ain't bothering me. He's like, I need that money. I'm like, well.
How much was it?
Like $3,200.
Drug dealers don't take payments, do they?
No. And the cool thing is he knew what happened because it was on the news.
Oh, he knew that you'd gotten stabbed in the whole fucking 9 yards. Well, that had to help you.
It did. That's why it was a few months before he called in the debt.
Right.
And that he's like, I need the money. You got to figure it out. So he had given me some heroin to stop me up again, but I didn't pick back up. That's when I pick up my phone and I start Googling. I want to find a bank outside of my news cycle, so 100 miles away.
Now, but hold on. What even gave you the mindset that I'm going to rob a bank?
Because you don't, you go rob a guy at a store, he owns that store, he's going to fight you. You go rob a
but why couldn't
driver.
Why couldn't you start slinging again?
I was but not for him, and it wasn't enough to make $3,000. It was like I couldn't do it as big as I was before because of what happened.
You didn't have the volume, so you're doing little bullshit, and you need a high volume.
I had nothing. The money was gone too. That was in my van. So the cops must have took the money and the dope. Gone. So I have nothing. I got out of the hospital with my life.
So the cops basically gave you freedom and your life.
Yep.
And they took your cash and your heroin.
Exactly.
And you got your heroin dealer on the phone line wanting this money, and you're small time in it, but you need a big hit.
Yep.
So you're thinking yourself, I got to rob a bank.
Exactly. Like, what's the quickest, easiest way to get money? And they have to give it. They're not going to fight me. They're not going to defend it. Like, I knew the rules. I knew that they're trained to give you the money no matter what. So I formulated the plan. Like, I started looking for banks in an area about 100 miles away. And I'm looking for one that's furthest away from the police station, but closest to 95, the highway. And I found one, Chelsea Groton in Groton, Connecticut. Outside my news cycle. It was probably about 100 miles away. So it took me a couple hours to get there. I took the battery out of my phone because this is when your phone could be removed. Yep.
My guy that I interviewed,
yep.
Jeff Turner, got busted on cell phone ping.
Yep. I took the battery out and I wrote down the directions. And I made sure that I dropped a buddy off at a house not far from there because he happened to need a ride. And so I had an alibi. So I go and I park in front of that bank that I found, and I'm sitting in Dunkin Donuts parking lot.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you just absolutely fucking scared to death?
No.
See, that's just the difference between I'd be a nervous wreck and you were just cool hand Luke, weren't you?
Yeah, like a job. I got a job to do. Like, it's a mission.
That's how fucked up you are, brother.
I call it an attribute and a downfall.
Yeah. All right, so you go to the Dunkin Donuts beside the bank?
Yeah, right directly across the street.
All right,
and I'm scoping it, and I'm watching, and I'm seeing there's no traffic. It's a rainy Tuesday morning in November, and I decide, fucking, I'm going to go do it. So I park on the side street. There's a little patch of woods, and I walk up and around and through the woods and pop out right in the bank. So that's my escape route and my entry route, both hidden. I go in. I walk right up to the teller. I'm like, good morning. She's like, how may I help you? I was like, can you please put the money in the bag? And I just handed her a Dunkin Donuts bag. And she's like, what? I was like, yes, just please put the money in the bag, no die packs. And she's like, okay. And the look on her face was petrified.
Are those the exact words you used?
Yeah.
So not, this is a robbery.
No, I was smiling.
So like, you're just saying,
good morning.
Would you please put the money in the bank? No, I'm sorry. Would you please put the money in the bag? No die packs.
Correct.
That's it.
Yep.
And she made you repeat it because she was a little freaked out on the first time.
Yes.
So you said it again.
Yes.
Calmly. Yep. Nicely.
With a smile.
Any disguise?
I had a hat and sunglasses and my buddy's clothing.
Okay.
I didn't want to wear something that I wore normally.
Right.
So
like a Boston Red Sox gimmick.
Yeah, like exactly. Like
I would have worn a Yankees jersey, blaming on the Yankee fan.
It was close by too. It was closer to New York.
Right.
But no, I would have wore your clothes.
Right.
Like something you wear, so I don't look like me.
So you go, you tell her, and is she cool with it? Does she hit the alarm?
She gives me, she takes the bag and starts grabbing money out of the drawer, and the bag's about half full, and she goes to hand it back to me, and I said, no, please, put more in, please. She's like, what? I was like, yes, can you fill it? And she took it back and she filled it, handed it back to me, and I said, all right, thank you, have a nice day. I walked out. I walked back out to my car. I get in. Now, mind you, I didn't have GPS. I took the battery out of the phone.
No, you're not running?
No, most obvious is the least obvious. If I start running, they're going to start looking. People are going to notice me. Mm-hmm. So, no, I just walked and then cut through. I walked out to the street and then cut into the woods. And it had led right to the door of the bank. I didn't go that way because I didn't want them to know that's where I came from.
Right.
So I get back to the car. I get in. I take a right instead of a left. I end up driving all the way around. 20 minutes, I'm lost. At that point, I'd already unbanded all the money, threw the bands out the window. I'm like, ooh. I had no idea the dollar amount yet, but I was like, wow, holy shit. So I go and I stop at a mobile gas station. I'm like, buy a pack of cigarettes. And I'm like, can you tell me where the highway is? She's like, oh, yeah, just keep driving straight. It's like a mile up. Driving, all of a sudden I get to this light and I look and there's the fucking bank right in front of me. Loaded with cops. Had to be 10 of them. Sitting there. I had driven in a fucking circle.
Now, did they
20
have
minutes later,
any description of your car?
No, because I had parked on a side street.
That's what I'm
with
saying.
No cameras.
So
no
there,
nothing.
as long as you're still cool in the pocket, you're probably okay.
Yeah, that's what I went with, and that's what happened. But
they didn't think you were.
like,
They
what
didn't
the
think you
fuck?
were stupid enough to drive the fuck around in a 20-minute circle.
yeah, neither did I. But
So okay, so
That's where I ended up.
you get out of there?
yeah, oh yeah, I pick up my buddy that I had dropped off,
Right.
brought him home, never told anybody. Right?
Did he know what you did?
No, had no idea.
Oh, he had no idea.
No, I didn't tell anybody. Not yet. So I go and I'm living with that guy. It was like we're roommates. I use his clothing. So I go and I go see my mom, and she's like, I got away successfully. I get away, nothing happens.
How much you get?
$37,500.
How much?
$37,500.
Oh, you're fucking on easy streak, brother.
Right before Christmas.
Right.
It was like almost exactly.
Call up Pedro, the fucking heroin dealer. Tell him I got you. I'll be there tomorrow.
And give me more, because now I can
Oh,
sell.
shit. Now we're going back to the more.
Nope. Never used. But I can sell again.
Okay.
Remember I was saying I was just chipping away. I couldn't get it up, get enough.
But you
to
needed
sell.
that large volume buy
Correct.
to be able to turn a big money.
Transition into like not just a casual little dealer,
Right, but-
into something that could sustain like
Right.
15, 20 people.
So you go and you got 37.5. You pay off your 3,400. You buy more.
Yep.
Probably big old fucking rock more.
Gave my mom $2,000.
Gave your mom $2,000.
That was my undoing. I gave her $2,000. She's like, "Where'd you get all this money?" I got new clothes, all this stuff.
Oh, hold on. That was so giving your mom $2,000 is going to end up being the one that got you.
Yep. For that crime right there, that was my undoing. Giving my mom $2,000 because I felt bad. She didn't have no money. She had nothing.
So how did that work?
She was a drinker. She was drunk, and she had money. And my sister was a scumbag. Fucking realized she had money. Like, where'd you get the money? How'd you get all that money? Oh, your brother robbed a bank.
Oh, you told? Not only
I told
did,
my mom.
You
That was
motherfucker.
The only
You
person
didn't
I
even tell
told.
the dude you lived with.
No, I didn't tell anybody but my mom.
But you told Carol. You should have known Carol couldn't hold water.
Oh, she did, though. So many times the cops come. Not my kid. He was with me.
Oh, okay.
She covered my
But
ass.
she got drunk, fucking told your fucking asshole sister. She picks up the phone, calls Crime Stoppers.
Exactly. Like, do I
thinking-
get a reward?
Yeah.
And
So-
it worked for getting me arrested and connecting the dots for them. This is a year and a half later. And
Oh, that long ago?
She decided to hold on to that information for a year and a half. So before that happened, I was driving and selling heroin. And
Probably making money.
like, this is after the bank robbery. I'm re-upped. I'm doing my thing. I'm stacked. I get busted. I'm blatant, though. Like, I didn't even give a fuck. So I rightfully so, they busted me. I
What?
get caught selling heroin.
Caught selling heroin, went to a UC.
Yep, they send me to I was just, they were watching me. I didn't sell to any undercovers. They were just watching me. They'd known because when I got stabbed, like,
They knew you were in the system.
this is his game.
Little did
We
they
just
know.
let him play.
Little did they know that you really fucking just clipped him for 37.5, 100 miles down the road.
Yeah,
They have
had
no
had
idea about that.
No.
And had your sister.
I thought that's what it was.
Here's the deal. Had your sister not said a word, I don't know that they ever would have found it.
They wouldn't have. They even knew that.
They went 18 months without fucking finding it.
Statute of limitations would have been over already. This was in 2016. Like, it would have, it would have just
Oh,
dissolved.
man, that would have been awesome.
I know. But honestly, though, I'm going to get to that part of the story.
Everything
I'm grateful
happens.
it happened.
Everything happens
Yeah.
for a reason. You know what? Deep down, you're like all the struggles I've gone through and shit, and lost it all, and had IRS issues. It's made me a better person, and it makes you appreciate what the little things in life mean: kids, family, people like that. You know?
Amen, bro.
Yeah.
That's exactly what. That's why we're transitioning into the last chapter here, and like that's what that's all about.
Right.
Like, honestly, it took so many years of my life wasted and.
But just think about
experiencing
this. Think
these
about this.
Traumatic events to get here.
Think about this, Kenny. Think about you only did 6 months of prison.
My whole life.
2 months for the heroin, 6 for the bank robbery, and think about what you could have gotten with all the volumes. I mean, you're
crashing into the house. I should have got 3 years.
I mean, you're a 20-year guy. You're a 20-year guy in a high level penitentiary,
dude. When I was on drugs, I had robbing a crack dealer. I put a brick in a T-shirt. And I just fucking hit him right in his face, like destroyed his face, like maimed him. You know what I mean? Like for what? A little bit of crack. But like that's the type of shit that like I should have got time. I should have done some time.
Absolutely.
Bro. Like that's terrible.
You could have gotten time when they got you in the hospital and you had the big rock and
if I hadn't bled on that bag, my fingerprints would have been easily pulled off of that bag.
Right.
And I would have got charged with
right. It. So that leads us now to maybe today's era.
I get away with it essentially, and then I get caught selling the heroin, and in that I have to take a deal or do some real jail time. Deal is go back to the halfway house where you got clean off the dope.
But you didn't have to turn on. You didn't squeal.
No, not at all.
No,
like squeal myself.
No, were they trying to get you to squeal?
No, they don't. The drug game out there is it's not like that.
Yeah.
Like they don't want you. They know who's doing it.
Right. Because like Jeff was talking about yesterday, as soon as you go to the Fed, they want to see your paper.
Yeah.
And to see what you did and who you squealed on, and if you got like a 501c, like a 501 form, that means you cooperated or something like that. So. Yep. Was that with you too? They wanted to see your paper.
They want to know just to make sure that one,
you're not
a rat.
You're not a chomo.
And you're not a chomo.
You're chomo or a rat.
Yep.
And if your paperwork's just what you did, you're not a chomo, and you don't have one of those 51C forms or something
you're
like
an opposite gang member to the gangs that are in that pod.
So it happened to you too. They wanted to see your paperwork.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because I look like a child molester in a jail setting.
No, you don't.
All strung out junkie type. I mean,
you know, to me, you look like a regular fucking dude. You know.
So look at the pictures I sent you. You'll see what I look like.
So what prison do you go to, or what do you stay county the whole entire time?
So no, that was county. I was in Bristol County in Dartmouth, and they held me, like I said, 2 months. I go back to my second court appearance, and they offered me the deal. You go to this halfway house, you graduate, 2 years probation, you're good.
Good.
And I'm there for about a year and a half, and I'm doing well, and I had to complete this, and I knew it. It's like before the first time I went to that halfway house, I was acting up. I'd gotten kicked out, and I didn't succeed, but I stayed clean, which is the objective, the main goal. So when I went back this time, I picked up pretty much where I left off. I replaced drugs with women.
Sure, that's perfect.
And I'm sitting out front getting a blowjob, and knock, knock, knock. It's the director, one of the babysitters, we'll call them, of the house.
Of the halfway house.
I get caught. I get called into the office. My little counselor, she's like, "Were you getting head outside, Kenny?" And a little black lady, I'm like, no, I was down the street. Like, that guy was bothering me. And then the other guy's like, "Was it a guy or a girl?" I'm like, dude. Like, no.
Right.
Like, but long story short, they wanted to drill into me, like, you do anything else, you're done. Like, we're done with you. That, believe it or not, was the turning point for my life.
The scared straight.
They're like, we're going to kick you out for getting head, and you're going to have nowhere to live, and you're going to fail your probation. You're going to go to jail.
You're going to prison.
Exactly. From that day forward to now, like, I haven't looked back. Like, that was when I really changed. Like, I'd volunteer, help working with the church over there. I was doing everything right. I was in the program, going to AA meetings and NA meetings. And then a year and a half in, I'm coming out of Home Depot with my buddy, and we get surrounded by a bunch of state troopers.
And at this point, you hadn't done shit.
I'm like, what the fuck? They got the wrong people.
I don't think you're even slinging, are you?
Nothing. I'm completely clean.
Helping with the church, volunteering, raising kids.
Yep, I'm back to getting like normal. I'm being a citizen.
Doing
I'm
construction.
Working. Yep.
Just doing your shit.
Completely clean.
Not even thinking about the bank shit.
Well, okay. Let me preface that. I got a phone call like a week earlier from the roommates that I had lived with. The one who I wore his clothes, asking a bunch of questions. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how would they know?
Was he wired?
Nah, it was being recorded from what I learned from the police.
Right.
They were asking me a bunch of questions about the bank and all this, and I hung up, and I immediately told the girl I was with to pull over. I threw that fucking phone right in the water, like right off the bridge. Went to T-Mobile, got another phone. I was about a week or two later, coming out of Home Depot when they surrounded the car.
How'd that go down?
Long
fucking
rifles.
Long guns.
Long rifles, yeah. Violent Fugitive Task Force. The Mass Violent Fugitive Task Force.
Probably telling you to get your ass on the fucking ground.
Oh, yeah. Like, pull me right out, rip the cigarette out of my mouth. Like, you ever been to Connecticut? I'm like, yeah, to the casino.
Yeah.
Like, that's about it. All right. Yeah, you're coming with us. Like, you're the one. So.
Now, the other dude, though, who was with
terrified.
you. But they let him go, probably, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because he wasn't in on it.
Had no idea what was going on.
Right.
And
he wasn't there.
Nope.
He was just at Home Depot with you.
I'm working with this guy, and we just got hemmed up, and he's gone.
Right.
So, but
hey, can you imagine the story on the job site once when he was like, man, motherfucker Kenny, put him down, nose down, long ass rifles.
The homeowners had heard about it and knew about it. They still ask about me to this day.
Now, when was that?
That was October 18th. 2018.
Now, how did you get such a sweetheart deal?
I got arrested on October 18th, 2016, and I was in until February 2nd.
November, December,
19.
January, February, March, April. No, you did what? December?
4 or 5 months.
5 months.
Yep.
That's
I was
it?
on $150,000 bail. The girl that I changed my life, I got a network with the AA meetings, and the girl that I was with, like, she was working, making good money. They got me out. They bailed me out, and I haven't looked back since.
But robbing a bank, they knew the amount. They had to know the amount. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
37.5, and then you didn't go to trial or nothing.
I appeared in front of that judge 21 times. So 2 years. I was doing the whole pretrial. It's a rigmarole. It's not as like streamlined as TV makes it look.
Right.
It's not even close. Like, it's a lot of bullshit, a lot of hearings.
So a lot of hearings about nothing.
Yeah, it's same shit over and over. So they're throwing.
And then you
offers
go to
at me
then you go to a hearing, and they'll reset the hearing for another fucking day.
Yeah, 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
now I'm driving 3 hours each way to go to this court hearing for nothing.
So you go in for 4. They bail you out with $150.
Yep. Now, mind you, I had money saved, but it was like going to my food, and I gained 60 pounds in 4 months eating fucking ramen and mixes.
You mean at prison?
And
Corrigan
Rogowski.
You gained
prison.
weight in prison?
I gained 40 pounds. That's
because you had commissary.
Yep, and yeah. That jail does it right. I'm gonna say this. That jail, I've been in a few jails in my life, and that one does it right. They give you everything. Not give you, but you can buy a TV, a DS, like video game systems, CD players, whatever you want.
It's
Fuck around and find out. Gone.
It's triple the amount, though, isn't it? Candy bars, $3.
No, not here where I was. And they would home cook food, roast beef, pizza.
Right.
Like they
but
treated
fuck
us
around,
like humans.
and you're going back to the shit cell.
Exactly. Like you'll lose everything. We'll give it to the worker right in front of you and make sure you see this guy's taking your shit.
Right.
And
you're going back to shithole Willie.
Yep. This guy that's our new worker who's going to tell us everything that y'all are doing, he's getting all your shit.
So you you get out. You have 6 months worth of hearings.
Yep.
You had 4 months in. And how the hell?
They kept offering me. I had a public defender. I couldn't afford a lawyer.
Sure.
And I'm working, and I'm working for the guy that like taught me the business.
Right.
Like before that, I had learned how to build, and I build some beautiful shit. I'm talented at it, but I didn't know the business. So I'm working for that guy, and I'm going every 2 weeks to a month. And they're throwing offers at me 10 years, 8 years, 6 years, 5 years. It's getting lower and lower as we go. And I know they don't have shit. Like, they come and get my DNA. It came back. My DNA wasn't at the scene. It was my buddy's DNA. because I wore his clothes.
Right.
So like they're confused. Now it's probable. It's reasonable doubt.
Right.
Like they like the guy kind of looks like me, but don't.
And
like,
you're denying it.
exactly.
You're like,
100%.
To
All
the,
they have
to
is
the
my
end.
sister's statement saying it was me,
Right.
and a picture that kind of
They don't
looks
even
like
they
me.
don't even have the cash. That
No,
shit. That
that
shit's
was
long
long
since.
gone.
Right. So they got a guy that resembles you. Your buddy. So what even DNA would they have picked up? Like a blue jean
It
fiber?
had been raining, and I was wearing a leather coat, dripped off the coat. And I covered my hands to open the door with the sleeve so I didn't leave no fingerprints.
Right.
Left it there, too. Remember I told you I got the call from him?
Yeah.
My sister had already ratted. They put the pieces together. Like, that's his DNA. That's how it got there. Because they were confused. They're like, how did this guy's DNA get there?
So
he's
did
not
they-
on camera. He wasn't part of
Did
the
they
cleaning
figure
crew.
out that you wore his clothes?
Eventually, yeah. So they went and got the clothes, but the basement flooded. So they were contaminated. No evidence.
So at this point, they're like, we don't have shit. Time served.
No, they kept offering me time, and I'm like, no. Dude, I ended up yelling at my lawyer, like, dude, are you a fucking salesman or a lawyer? Like, I told you, no jail time. If you're gonna come at me and say a year in jail, you're trying to sell me some bullshit that I don't want. Like, no jail time. Go make it happen, or just let's go to trial. So what happened that changed that whole dynamic? Because the prosecutor was not letting up. I just happened to be walking into the courthouse after going out during a break to smoke a cigarette. And there she is. We get on the elevator together. I was talking with my girlfriend. We're joking around. She got to see me as a human and not the piece of paper with my record, not the piece of paper that says what I did. Like, she got to see me. And after that, I got the no jail deal.
What was she?
The DA.
Oh, the DA.
lead prosecutor wanted my blood.
So before she had met you and she just saw your rap sheet, thought you're a piece of shit.
Sees me standing
She
there.
was a fucking shark trying to fucking,
Sees me standing there every 2 weeks to a month, but doesn't
know
look at
you
me as a person.
Doesn't know you at all.
Yeah.
Spent 30 seconds on the elevator with you. Hey, how you doing? Good. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Here's me joking around about life with my girl.
Right. And being a gentleman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And
kind to her. Nice to her.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
why not? She didn't do anything. She's
Right.
doing her job.
Sure. And that kind of gave her a sense of, wow, this guy's a real dude. He's not a fucking bad guy.
Yeah.
Even though he is.
It was. Yeah. Like, I'd already changed. Yeah. Like, some women will tell you.
So let me ask you a question. So since the bank robbery, have you been good?
Yeah, so I told you I wanted a no jail deal. They gave me 5 years probation with 8 years suspended. What that means is 5 years probation, which you have to complete 5 years without violating. But if you do, you're doing 8. So if you get a speeding ticket, if you get in trouble,
Even
anything,
a speeding ticket?
that's what the judge said. It was bullshit because I got plenty of them.
Right, but
essentially
He was just
that
trying to scare you straight.
the metaphor, yeah.
Right.
Like if you get a speeding ticket, you're going to jail.
Right.
I completed that probation with 0 violations. First time in my life I ever made it through a probation without
And you
a
probably
violation.
were subjected to piss tests.
Oh, yeah.
You were subjected to, right? I mean,
Probation
if
every
you
2
had
weeks.
if you had done anything,
Yep.
had pot in your system, had pills in your system,
Yep.
got into a fucking fight at a bar that you didn't start, you could have been at a bar,
8
a guy
years.
could have called you a piece of shit. You know what? You're an asshole. You're a pussy. Fuck you, Kenny. You had to sit there and take it.
Exactly.
You had to sit there, you're right, I'm a fucking pussy.
Yep.
Because, I mean, right, you couldn't be part of any shit. Guy come up here and smack you in the side of the head, thank you, I need another one. Right?
Exactly,
no. Because even the
That
cops...
or 8 years. I'll take a smack in the head.
Right. So this has been really interesting, long trail, but yet a great ending.
Oh, we're not even there yet. You got
Oh, yeah, I got time. I got
10
time.
more minutes.
What have we got?
Because this the best part.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
the redemption.
Sure.
Like I have a tattoo here. It says "Redemption lies in the souls of the lost." Right, hanging out next to Jesus.
I like it.
And Mary, and that's real. Because at that point, like I had to learn. I was in therapy first time in my life. I was in meetings, going to AA and NA. I'm not a big fan of that shit now. It's more cult-like than I like. But I see the principles and the basics of it, and I applied it to my life, and it works. Like I got clean. I was doing good.
Well, you're a smart dude, Kenny. I mean, deep down, you're not a dumb guy. You're
Like
a
they said,
smart guy.
smart enough to know better, dumb enough to do it anyway.
Right.
So I get out of jail, and I'm living with my girlfriend, and I find out she cheated on me the night before she bailed me out with a dude from the meetings. She knows she's getting me out, goes, hangs out with this dude, bangs him, then comes and gets me out. Doesn't tell me. Her phone's going off. I can't sleep because jail bed to a regular bed,
right?
Whole nother fucking ball game.
Probably took a while to get adjusted.
So I'm sitting there and her phone's going off, and I'm like, naturally, I'm like, oh. And I see, where are you? I'm like, it was an old message because she hadn't answered her sister.
Right.
But her sister had just messaged her, so I look, and her whole family had messaged her, where are you, where are you? I sat there seething all night and waited for her to wake up at 5 a.m., and I was like, what's this about? Long story short, she cheated. She never admitted it, but I knew it. And how I knew it is my boss was the dude's sponsor, the AA sponsor, and he confessed to my boss, and my boss told me when I was getting my first place by myself, like my own place, first time in so many years.
You couldn't do shit about it, Kenny.
He's like, don't let her move in with you. I'm like, why? He's like, she cheated on you. So I had her help me pack everything, move everything in, and then told her to get out.
Yeah, but you also, the way Kenny Nelson's wired, would want to, in the old days, go pay that guy a visit.
Exactly.
And you can't do shit, bud.
I didn't. I asked her to leave. I made her leave. I was like, you got to go.
Yeah, but and you still can't do shit. You know that, brother.
No, I don't. Even now,
it's a learning process.
It's hard.
It is.
Self-control's hard. So she had done that, and I had made my exit plan. I got my own place. I was doing good. I got my kids back in my life, like 100%.
That's so important.
Oh my God, that was necessary. That's my foundation.
Right.
Like I had to get myself right.
That's what you live for.
If I could tell anyone what the best part of life is, if you can want to go do something that's going to make your life better, greater than you ever thought or could imagine, have a fucking kid.
Yeah, but
have a kid.
But have a kid and be present. Don't have a kid and be a parent and be Carol or Kenny Sr.
And don't worry about how they're going to be when they're 30. Like raise them right, and they'll be a fucking friend. And they may get lost in between then and there.
I've had a few paths with mine, and we're starting. Me and my son are trying to get back on the same page. But you're right. I mean, children change your life, and if you're
you were that dad though. Even though you were living the life, like I paid attention to your
I
life.
was a good dad.
You were living that life, but you made sure he had everything, and then some.
Probably to a detriment. Probably, I probably gave him too much.
Like I follow him on his racing Facebook, not his personal one, but like you set him up right.
Yeah,
and that's your job.
Yeah,
let him find his path back to you.
And can you imagine?
It will happen.
Can you imagine, Kenny, the difference in your life because you have a skill set, you're not lazy, you're smart. If your dad would have been present and been a dad. Little boys need their moms and little boys need their dads, but their dads are the ones that mold them to the men they're going to be.
Yeah, I never had the guidance.
You had Sasquatch.
Yeah, exactly. And he wasn't a good example for raising a boy. My mom was the one that taught me how to throw a baseball. Like she was as good of a mom as she could be. She set me up to at least be tough enough to take on this world.
Right.
And that for that I'm grateful. She did what she could. And you're right. If I had a dad that gave a fuck, even if he wasn't with her, wasn't there, but just
but if you even had a weekend warrior dad that picked you up on, every other Wednesday and then every other weekends and took you to a Red Sox game and took you, showed you how to build earlier and just, and when you fucked up, held you accountable and maybe beat your ass a few times.
That's what I needed.
You needed your ass beat a few times. You needed a few spankings. You needed a few, you know what, Kenny, it's time for you to go in your room for the rest of the fucking night. You're grounded. That's what you needed.
I had no respect of authority.
No.
None.
Starting when you were 5.
Yep.
And so this podcast.
I know why, though. I figured it out through therapy and everything else. It was, I wanted attention. Like my sisters gotten raped.
Right.
Like they were the attention. They were getting it all. And I was just left there,
what a fucked up way to fight for attention when the attention that your sisters
are
getting,
cars and fucking setting fires.
But they got raped and they're getting the attention, and what a horrible way to get attention.
But
if you had a dad that was taking you out hunting and doing shit like that,
my stepdad tried in that time, but again, it was like
Yeah.
That had happened, and then I was backseated, and I understand it. But like now, like where I'm at, like I go from that, like what I was saying, like when that girl cheated on me, I got my own place. Within 2 years from the day I got out of the jail for the bank robbery, I told them, like when they were offering me the deal, I was like, I'm not taking time. I didn't even have a license. I hadn't had a driver's license for 12 years at that time. I'm like, I'm going to get a license. I'm going to have a car. I'm going to get my own place to live. I'm going to have my own business in 5 years.
And you got it all?
In 2.
Yeah.
In 2.
And you got great kids.
Dude.
And more importantly, you have a template in life on what to do and what not to do, because you've done them both. And I got to tell you, I got to congratulate you on this being our first, kind of out of the safety waters of podcasting and just taking a regular listener. First of all, thank you for being Bubba Army.
My pleasure.
And secondly, thank you for having a really good story that stands up to any of the good stories that I've had. What a great story. I mean, what an unbelievable path in life. And you've gotten lucky. I mean, here's the thing. As fucked up as it is, Kenny, it could have been worse.
Absolutely.
A lot worse.
A couple
times you tried to kill
was.
yourself.
That's exactly my point.
That's like almost the one hidden thing that we've not really expounded on, is the fact that you literally tried, and most people would have died from that. You should have died from that.
I was so dead inside. I think that it would like, listen, your body ain't dying.
Right.
And then I don't know. I'm like on the fence about God. Like I believe, I go to church almost every Sunday, but like the way that it's laid out for us, I'm not a huge fan of that.
I'm with you. I'm kind of agnostic. I believe in a higher being and that we have a higher spirit, but I think church in itself has turned into corruption and a money-making shakedown. So I think that religion, whatever you are or are not, is a template to be a better person. Yep. And all the Bible really wants you to do, regardless of the mechanism of the Bible that you believe in, whether you're Protestant, Catholic, Jewish, Christian, is that for you to be a good person and to help others and not be what you were.
Yeah. No, now, right, my company, well, me, because I'm a builder. I started my own company in 2020, K&K Custom Building and Remodeling. I donate Halloween costumes to kids that can't afford them. 20 or 30 Thanksgiving dinners, full catered, like for people that can't afford them. This last Christmas, I want to say it was like 200 gifts, $20 a piece. As many kids, like,
but it makes you feel good, doesn't it?
It's not even that hard to pull off.
No,
like if I can do this, imagine how many other people just sitting on that couch, fucking scrolling, could be doing this.
Yeah.
Like how you have your foundations. You did it like when you didn't have to.
Right.
Like you could have been selfish, self-centered. Like, I think it's like you said. Like we go through these
ebbs and flows, and even at your lowest. We often put so much credence on what you have and don't have, possession and or money wise, when realistically that doesn't mean shit.
No, I'm glad you touched on that because I'm just learning that. Look, you see the shiny shit,
right?
I don't
have any.
I got paid, and what did I do? I got fucking 200 pairs of sneakers. I got an insane amount of clothes. I've got this jewelry. I've had this for a while. I no longer think like that.
Yeah.
Like
I don't wear an ounce of jewelry.
I have the stuff, so I wear it, but
it doesn't mean anything to you.
Experiences. I take my daughters to Broadway.
Yeah.
I bring them to concerts. I go to concerts with them. My 19-year-old, her and I are like best friends.
Yeah.
Like we go.
That's far more value than what's in your ears
or
what's around your neck.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you, Kenny. I gotta be honest with you. I'm really proud of you, my friend, and I'm glad that you made the trek down here. I'm honored, and if I can help you out in any way with other podcasts and help you do, maybe get a ghostwriter or something, let me know, because I'm all in, my friend. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man.
Man,
if this helps anybody.
Kenny Nelson, the second.
It was worth it.
What a great story. What a just unbelievable outcome. I guarantee you that most people would have bet against you, my friend.
Yeah.
And you're living proof you're living proof that you can be at your lowest. You can be a bank robbing heroin dealing piece of shit. And if you have faith and you work hard, you can own your own business and write the front, and you're signing the front part of the checks, not the back part, my friend.
Yep. Exactly.
Congratulations.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Kenny.
I really do.